What's going on, gamers? It's your boy the Goods. Welcome to what I can only assume is episode number 4 of the Blood Cosby podcast. I've recently had to stop using OBS because it's not fucking working. It keeps giving me encoding overload, which I don't know how to fix. I think my computer's just really bad, and I've never gotten this issue before. So I think literally it's just like fucking either this computer or like the newest version of OBS. I might have to like get a shittier version that like is just shittier. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, so today's episode of the Blood Cosby podcast, we're gonna be talking about video games. Recently I started playing two different video games. They're both the third in the franchise, more or less. First, I started playing Saints Row the Third, which is a fun game. It's pretty cool. I tried to play it once when I was like, I don't even remember. I was like kind of young, not like young, but like I was like littler than I am now. It was in the past, and oh geez, that's not what I want open. Actually, wait. You guys can't see what I have open. Yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You guys can't see anything. Because I did a watermark effect, so I can just close this stupid fucking tab. Anyways. So yeah. So I tried to play it a while ago. I didn't really get into it. It wasn't very fun. Wasn't really my deal. Wasn't my cup of tea, which is fine, I guess. But then I started playing it again recently, and it's pretty fun. I customized my character. I made it a chick just because, you know, it's hot. Because the last time when I was younger, I tried to play as a guy, and they have like different it's like a different fucking like vibe. I feel like, you know, like there's some things where I feel like playing as like a female kingpin, where I made my character like kind of like low-key emo, low-key goth almost. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Um, but I feel like since like the personality changes, like it would be a completely different game in terms of like the story and like how your player character reacts to like what's going on and stuff and like how things happen. Like, I don't know, it's just different. Um, and yeah, and I like what I picked here. It's a good one. So that's fun. Um, I don't remember how far into the game I am, but I'm pretty far. You know, like I'm at the part where Stag fucking takes over like the entire area. Which, let me just say, the whole idea of Stag and like that whole plot line really pissed me off. Because at first it's like, okay, we're gangsters and we fight other gangs. I'm like, okay, fun. We do like criminal gang stuff. This is like a good time. Really enjoying this. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but you're just gangsters. There's no like cops or anything. This is fun. Like, you know, it's a lawless city. This is cool. And then the cops showed up, which were Stag more or less. And I was like, well, shit, this sucks. And I feel like it's literally like Grand Theft Auto 5, where it's like there's like other bad guys like that Madrazo guy, and there's like probably more bad guys. I don't really care. But then there's like the fucking FBI knockoff that you also have to deal with. And it's like, okay, cool, so so it is just Grand Theft Auto in terms of like the baseline, you know, and instead of gangsters in Grand Theft Auto, you're just like dumbasses. Like, okay, cool. Um, I do like the idea though that like they're like a gang that's turned into like fucking celebrities and shit. Like, I think that's fucking like how does that even work? Like, how do you like actively go out and like be like major criminals and then just like go to like the movies and be like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, make a movie and be in it. Like this, like how do you do that? Like, how do you not get instantly fucking slaughtered by the entire military? But the whole idea of Stag was dumb because it's like this one woman was like in Congress or something, and she's like, I don't like gangs. So she sends out this like entire fucking task force that she just got out of nowhere, and it's like, all right, we're gonna get rid of gangs, and then that's it. Also, spoiler alert: the endings. I went and looked up the endings because I don't feel like playing through the whole game just to find out. Like I'll find out when I get there, but I want to know now. And I looked it up, and apparently there's two endings. Oh, also really tired, by the way. My sleep schedule's still fucked up. I thought I could fix it, but I couldn't. Um, so as I was saying, there's two endings. Spoiler alert. There's the one where you go and kill the actual villain. This guy named Killbane, who like has been the villain for like a while. I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's cool. Kill him. Great, good idea. The other one is to save Shondi, which is a fucking stupid by the name, by the fucking stupid name, by the way. Jeez, I need to sleep. I can't sleep though. My head is killing me because I've been playing video games. I played video games for like 2 hours and then I like literally died. Um. Anyways, a stupid fucking name. If your name is Shondi, then get your name legally changed to something normal like Denise. I would take Denise over Shondi. You're a couple syllables and letters away from jaundice. Okay. Hi, what's your name? Oh, Shondi. And what was that? Jaundice. Fucking stupid. Anyways, and then there's the option to save her, and in turn kill Stag. And it's like, okay, well, guess what, gamers? Um, if you choose the Stag option, right? Sure, you take down Stag and you take down Stag, very fun. You save your friends, and supposedly that's the official ending. Like the other one's just like a goofy little like haha ending, funny. Um, but then there's like a final like stupid mission. It's like after that, it's like a little dumbass bullshit, and you like go after Killbane on Mars like fucking 30 years later or some shit. And it's like, wow, that's cute. We're gonna finally kill him all this time. Very fun. And it turns out to just be a movie trailer. Like you're not actually like doing it. Like it's just like, oh, good job. We got all the shots we need. It was fake. That means Killbane's just out there. He got away with it. You know what happens if you pick the Killbane ending? First of all, the stupid Shondi bitch fucking dies. This other guy that I don't even care about dies. And Viola de Winter, who's admittedly hot, but I don't care enough to like, you know what I mean? Like, she's not worth a good ending and not killing Shondi. You know what I mean? I hear noises. I'm scared. I don't like hearing noises when I'm not supposed to be awake. You know what I mean? Because it could be anything from like someone who's gonna yell at me to someone who I'm gonna have to yell at as I murder them because they're an intruder. You know, and that's never fun. But anyways, so yes, you trade all that stuff. Wait, anyway. Anyways, the other option, the other one is where you go and kill Killbane, which it's like, okay, cool, that's what you're supposed to do, right? And then you don't kill Stag, and also there's like bombs that like Stag puts somewhere. Like that's how what's his face? That's how like Shondi and the others like die. Because there's like bombs and like the Saints are gonna be branded as like terrorists. So you have to like you know like save the bombs. But if you go kill Killbane, right? Sure, you go stop him, you kill him, and they're like, "Oh, was it worth it? You lost your friends," and they don't answer. But like, yeah, it was fucking worth it. Like they're ugly. Fuck them. So there's that. And then the second mission is where you go and defeat Stag. You take out their fucking Daedalus fucking warship in the sky thing. And congratulations, you now took out Killbane and Stag, and you decide that the city of wherever what is it called, Steelport? You decide that Steelport is gonna be like taken over as the Saints headquarters, and boom, perfect ending. Like, oh, you trade like three idiots who you don't even care about, really. I don't care about, for fucking the perfect ending. Sure, it's not the official ending, but like, fuck you. You know, fuck you. It's something like Adult Swim apparently had a big part in this. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Anyone that like actively like Because my take on Adult Swim, like as an entity, is yeah, they've got like funny shit. Like they've got like Rick and Morty on there, and they have like Robot Chicken. And, like it's funny. It's I'm not gonna sit there and it's like, it's dirty and gross. Like I think that stuff's funny, but like as like an entity and their general vibe, it makes me feel like a 20-year-old guy who like lives alone in an apartment that's like dirty and he only eats pizza and he works at like a fast food place, like a retailer or some shit, and not because he like can't do anything else, like just because like he doesn't want to do anything else. Like he's just like content. He's like, yeah, I can just pay rent for the next 40 years and watch my Adult Swim cartoons on the cable I pay too much for, and then we'll be fine. I'll just live like this forever, slowly saving up money to buy a gun and kill myself. Um, Like that's the person I imagine to like watch Adult Swim. You know what I mean? Just someone who's just like really not going anywhere. Anyone under the age of 18 that actively watches it, great, have fun. Anyone who watches it occasionally, great, have fun. But the specific hypothetical person that I just described, very sad, very sad. Um, So yeah, my whole point of that was to say that they're lame. They're lame, and anyone who works there is lame, like stupid and dumb. And they think they're cool though. They think they're hot shit because they say swear words for a job. They think that's cool. I'll tell you what, it's not cool. So like, yeah, our crew, we stick together, and it's like if a different company offered you more money, you would leave Adult Swim. I'm willing to bet you would. So your little loyalty fantasy is stupid. Um, I don't know why I'm like going off Adult Swim right now. I just um, I just fucking hate the Shondi character. She's dumb. Like of all the stupid fucking people to like give a shit about and make like the official endings or you save your buddies, like why? They're not even like one of them was like a rival, like an evil person who like killed one of our friends. The other one I don't even recognize the name, so I'm like halfway through the game because it gives you a percentage of how far you are through it. I'm like 50 something percent at least, and I have never met this person. So what the fuck? Like why would I give a shit? Like there's only one out of the three that even fucking matter, and and even then they don't matter. Like what the fuck? Like who cares? Um. So yeah. So yeah. So in my opinion, the unofficial ending is like the good ending. Speaking of games with endings, I recently purchased Far Cry 3. And I'll tell you why. I've been wanting to play that game for so long. I don't know why. I used to have it. I used to have Far Cry 3. And for the life of me, I could not beat it. Like I genuinely had trouble with that game. Even now, I like died a few times. You know what I mean? Like I'm just slowly getting better at video games because I used to just be like bad at them. And I play on easy mode. Like I don't play on hard mode. I play on like the easiest setting. You know. But I'm getting to the point where I can handle the harder settings. But I always choose easy just because I don't care about like the difficulty of games. I don't care about like like, oh man, that was a real challenge. Like, I don't give a shit about that. I want to know the story. Once I've played a game once, unless it's something like Pokemon, where like I just really like catching Pokemon and being a Pokemon trainer, and like that's just like a fun thing. Like other than that, like I don't really want to play a game again. Um, Even though I did play Metal Gear Rising like 30 times. But that's just because like that's like a dope game, you know what I mean? That's just yeah, it was cool. I had fun. It was a good game, you know? It's like if a game's like fun, I don't mind playing it again. But if it's just like for the challenge of it, like fuck you. Um but anyway, so yeah, so I wanted to know the story without Like I wanted to play it. I wanted to experience it because if you watch like someone else play it, first of all, they're gonna be talking. Um, I get that's the point. Like it ruins it, you know what I mean? Like it ruins like just like watching it to watch the game. You know, so you can't like go watch a let's play and it's like, hey guys, it's New Boy the Goods and today we're gonna be playing Far Cry 3. Like that's not the point of let's plays. It's not to see the game. The point is for dumbass to talk the whole time and then make jokes and be funny. Like that's the point. Um, so I played the game and I don't remember exactly where I got stuck. Um, but I do know that it was like pretty early on in the game. I definitely didn't get to the second island because the spoiler alert just prefaced the whole fucking thing. Um, for those of you who don't know, Far Cry 3 is where like it's really dumb because the way the game's set up, you have this stupid little cutscene of you and like a number of friends. I don't feel like counting them. There's like a pretty like good chunk of buddies you have with you. Two of them are like your brothers, like an older brother and a younger brother. Like it's fucking stupid. It's like what? I think they're there to celebrate like one of them getting their pilot's license or some shit. Like hey, it's vacation. Buddy got his license. Wow, it's fun. So you know, so they're vacationing and they go skydiving and then they fall and they get like taken by pirates because nobody fucking warned them. Oh yeah, that island is filled with deadly pirates. Like you think, like how did they get there without like I don't even understand. Like were they just like out like flying and they're like, oh, let's stop on this island, like, and they went to like bars and shit. Like did no one like warn them like, oh hey, watch out for the pirates. You know, don't go on this side of the island or any part of the island for that. The whole island was fucking filled with pirates. Stupid. Um, but anyways, so yes, they get kidnapped. One of the brothers dies, the older one, and then like one guy gets out, and that's our main character, Jason Brody. Who, by the way, Jason Brody is the like whitest dumbass name, and I get that's like the point is like there's like a little subplot where it's like you're like doing like Islander shit and you're like being like a fucking like cool guy, but like everyone's like, oh, you're not one of us, you're just a fucking boy. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, I got these fucking tataos, and it's like, those don't mean shit. And it's like, well, I earned them doing things, saving you from the pirates. I don't see you doing anything. So, anyways, um, so yes, you go through the game kind of like saving people, and you slowly realize that like the island's really fucking cool. Like yeah, sure, it's scary. Like oh my god, I just want to go and be an accountant somewhere in a law firm, and I want to be a good little American boy. But then the guy slowly like does more and more, and he's like, holy shit, I'm shooting guns and killing people and exploding and hunting animals and riding on zip lines. I mean, this is the fucking dream. This is vacation 24/7. He's a warrior, so he doesn't have to do shit. He just has to like, you know, be the king. So he thinks. Because spoiler alert, you get to the end of the game, you kill both of the big bad guys, and you're like, okay, time to leave with all your buddies. Which also another thing, right before I get to the endings that piss me off. Um, what the fuck is it? What was it? Your friends, they supposedly leave, right? They're supposed to like get on the boat and get the fuck out of there. And my thing, which is what I said the whole time, was they cannot leave as long as Voss and Hoyt are around. It doesn't work like that. You can't just go like escape because they're watching. They have like ships and planes and helicopters. Like you can't like sneak out. Like it doesn't fucking work like that. Um, so yeah, but they fucking I guess they tried anyways, or like they were found in the cave, and I don't even know how they were found in the cave. Like I don't get that either. Like how the fuck did anybody know they were in the cave? Point is they get kidnapped, which I don't fucking understand. But anyways, so or no, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think not the pirates. It was Citra and her goons. Either way, still, it was fucking stupid. But the ending is where you save your brother who you thought was dead, but he's actually alive. You kill both of the big bad guys. You have to go back to Citra though because your other friends are kidnapped. So you go do that, And then she like spits some like fucking cocaine in your face and is like, ah, you're gonna go through a dream. And she's like, oh, you're a warrior, become the warrior king, take the next step and be a warrior. And then like the fucking ex-girlfriend Liza like turned into a monster. She's like, I'm gonna delete those stupid tattoos. You think you're sick? You think you're cool? Think you're a fucking bro? Well, you're not a bro, you're a fucking loser. And that kind of pissed me off because like because like I fucking hate her. Like the whole game, I said this like in the beginning that she sucks. You know, she's like what gets me about this game is that there's like no reason to give a shit about any of the characters except for the brothers because the one dies and it's like, oh, traumatic. Like imagine losing like someone being killed right in front of you that like you care about, like that you can kind of like empathize. But like the girlfriend just seemed like a bitch. You know, she's like the guy's like he's trying to save the other friends, right? He's got a bunch of shit on his mind. He's also being recruited by these fucking like islanders in the rocket yacht to like save them. Like he has like a moral obligation, like while he's like becoming a warrior to like help them take out the bad guys. You know, like that's kind of like a thing. And she's like just fucking like talking like, oh, Dave, you know, I'm gonna work at this firm and you should join me and we're gonna do this and that. And it's like shut up, go fucking build the boat. Like leave Brody alone. Like Jesus. She's so fucking stupid. Like I can't stand her. And she just seems like that selfish bitch. You know, just doesn't fucking give a shit. Just wants to fucking talk. And then like he gets like fed up with her at one point. He fucking yells at her, and like that was funny. You know, I thought that was funny because like he was in the wrong about what they were like yelling about, but like I get his frustration though. He's like, I need to deal with these deaths alone, and I don't want to hear about us right now. Even though she was trying to like help him cope, like she was trying to be good. Like I get it, but it was funny because he like you could tell he just fucking couldn't stand her anymore. Like he only had like 3 interactions that whole game, and by the last one, he fucking hated her. Like, like imagine being that much of a bitch. In all 3 of your interactions, like you cause him to fucking break up with you and like literally die. Like that's literally like the in the final fucking interaction. That's like the ending is you come out of your trance and you're like have your like big fucking dagger up to Eliza's neck, and you can either kill her or save her. And I fucking killed her. Because that's like in line with what Jason would have done. And I'm sure I didn't like look it up, but I'm sure like the good ending is the one where you save your friends and escape. But I watched both endings. I played the ending that I picked, which is where you kill all your friends, and I watched the ending where you save all your friends. And let me just say, first of all, the ending where you kill all your friends, you get to fuck Citra. I get it, you die, like she kills you immediately after you nut. Um, but literally the whole game, I was like, I have 2 goals for this game. Number one, actually, I have 3 goals. Number one is to beat the game. No, but my 2 like side goals were to fuck Citra, right? Which I was like half satisfied with the part where she was just shirtless and you like wake up and you're just like touching her tits. I was like, okay, that's good enough. It's like as close as it's gonna get. They're not gonna like fuck on screen in game. I wouldn't even really want that. You know what I mean? I'm not like sitting there like, oh, I want them to nut. Like that's just weird, you know. But at the same time, like when it happened, I wasn't like angry. I was like, oh, like they actually did it. They actually like fucked in game on screen. Like that was so surreal for them to do that in a game. Like I've never seen that before in a video game. Where they actually like fuck. And my other goal was to stay on the island and to not leave, and like that's my life now. It was a short life because again, like I said, I fucking died. But I feel like that's the best ending, you know, because Lila was a bitch, total cunt. And like even in his fucking like subconscious, like in that like dream sequence, like she became the fucking ink monster. Like he didn't like her at all. You know, like sure, like from a life or death standpoint, it wasn't a good idea to go with Citra because he died. but you know, he achieved the two goals I set out as the player, so who cares? But you want to know what happens in the other ending? I'll run it for you how it happens. He goes and saves his friends, cuts them free, whatever, and then Citra starts fucking crying, and is like, "What the fuck are you doing? I love you. Don't go for this bitch. She's a loser. She's a whore. Stay away from her." And Jason's like, I don't want to be violent anymore. I don't want to be a warrior. I want to go home. I mean, this has been awful. Absolutely hated this, which is a lie. He had a great time, a absolutely incredible time, best fucking school field trip ever. Um, and then Dennis, probably drunk off his ass. I don't fucking know. Goes up and he's like, everybody in the village wants a piece of that ass, and you said no. Said no to that fucking pussy. I want to fucking kill you. And he tries to kill, and then Citra just fucking teleports. Like, I didn't even see her move. She just fucking showed up in front of me and takes the fucking knife. And then Dennis was like, "Oh shit, I fucking killed her. I didn't mean to do that." And then she's like, "Don't leave me. I love you." And it's like the saddest thing I've seen in a while. Like, it was heartbreaking because if you really think about it, Citra had nothing. Like, all she had was power, and even then, like, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and assume that she wasn't really you know what I mean? Like, she didn't really seem to have any power. They were just kind of protecting her. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a whole princess deal where yeah, you're royalty, but you can't do anything. She had to wait until Jason Brody came along to actually launch attacks and him to do the leading and stuff. It seemed it kind of had that vibe where sure, she was capable, whatever, warrior, blah blah, women power, but she didn't, because that was the dynamic that was in place. So assuming off of that she had minimal power, she was just being protected. Because again, if you actually look at it, the whole place was taken over. What the fuck did Jason do other than liberate outposts? And even that you don't have to do to beat the game and kill Boss and Hoyt. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna move on. So she had nothing, and then her brother was lost. Hoyt took her brother and gave him money and drugs, and he became this fucking psychopath. And she lost that. And then this big fucking cute American boy walks up and is like, Citra, I'm gonna fucking fight for you, and I'm gonna touch your boobs during the ritual ceremony, and she finally felt something for the first time in a while, and she loved somebody and had these feelings, and then he just leaves. And and my personal take is that there is no good ending. Just like Far Cry 5, there's no good ending, you know, because if you stay, you die. And Citra clearly has some weird psychosexual fantasy about the tribe and finding the warrior man or whatever, and blah blah, and that's why she fucking killed us, because there was no fucking reason for that. There was no reason to kill him other than she was insane. She was crazy. Like, she was fucked up. Um, but then the other fucking ending, right? It's also a bad ending, because sure, you save your friends and you go back to your rich person life, but he literally says the anger inside of me will never go away. I'm sure deep down the old me still remains, but it's really fucking deep in there. I can't get it, and I'm fucking traumatized. He literally has PTSD from this shit, and and it's not normal PTSD where it's oh, you need therapy and to have support and loved ones and you'll be fine. I guess, I don't know. Obviously you're not gonna be fine. You're gonna have you're gonna have issues, and it's not fun, but it's gonna be livable. You're gonna keep living. This is some literal tribal spirit shit where he's fucked. Like He was at that point where he just kind of had to stay at the island. Like the only possible option was to stay there and keep being a warrior. The problem is he was killed by Citra. Um, so there's no good ending. There's no like, oh wow, this is a good one. That's why I say fuck it, get some pussy and fuck Citra. You know what I mean? Like fuck it. There's no good ending. So just pick the best one. Who cares? Liza was still a bitch though. I think the funniest moment was when he said he was gonna stay on the island, and Liza got all mad, and she's like, "I put in all this fucking work waiting for you. You're finally grown up. You're gonna be my perfect little boyfriend, and you're leaving me." And he's just like, "Goodbye, Lisa." And then that just kind of goes from there, whatever. Like, oh, wait, and then he like walks away, and then he gets out of the fucking cave, and he's like, "Wow, that was harder than I thought." Anyways, back on track. And just talks about the next thing he has to do, and it was like the most like savage, like stone cold shit I've ever seen. It was like, damn, that sucked. All right, moving on. Like, dude does not give two shits. Oh my god. You know why though? Because he has Citra. Because that was my thing. Like when he did the thing where he woke up and Citra was like naked on top of him. At first, I thought they were like fucking, like the motion. I was like, okay, they're fucking. But then I noticed he was wearing pants, so they weren't fucking. So that's why it's like, okay, well they got close, but it didn't happen. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, both of those games were fun. I still haven't beaten Saints Row 3, by the way. I've yet to actually do that. I'll tell you why. The fucking power went out, and I did like two missions, right? Like I did what fucking mission I do? I did the one where you like go into a fucking like stag plane and then like you steal a tank, and like that one just sucked. Like I didn't have any fun doing it, so I don't want to do it again. And I was in the middle of the fucking zombie mission. So yeah, both of those sucked. Um, so yeah. Thankfully my headache's going away and I'm not as nauseous anymore. I just noticed that. But yeah, it's getting real frustrating because like I like video games. It's really all I do. You know, I mean, it's fucking video games and YouTube. And without video games, I mean, I'm gonna have to go back to reading. I haven't told you guys this, you fucking random ass people at home. I used to read like really fucking often. Like I would read, like I would go to the library and I would get like a bag full of books. Like I would like bring a bag and I would fill it with books. Like I at one time I checked out like 22 books at once, and I would like go to the library like once a week, and I would just read like books like that whole week. I just sit there and read. That's all I did, and then I would just fucking go back the next fucking week and read more. Um, but the thing is, though, you may think, "Wow, you must have read a lot of books." Well, actually, not really, because I don't remember any of the books I read. Like I really don't. Like there are a lot of books that I've read. Like if you were to like bring them up, be like, hey, have you read this book? Like there's a decent chance I have. Also a really decent chance I didn't, because like there are a lot of like book series and like things that like I couldn't fucking stand. I will tell you this though, I read all of the American Girl doll books. Like back, like I don't know if they've added any new ones, but I read them all. I'll tell you why. Back in like third grade, I think it was, we had to like read books of different genres, and there was this like pie chart. And I'm gonna tell you something fun. For all of you elementary schoolers out there watching my hopefully restricted. I hope they auto restrict my videos. I swear a lot. Um, they don't fucking care about like elementary school. Like in high school, like if you do like a project and it's like, okay, you're gonna have to read 4 books for every genre and turn it in by the end of the year. Like sure, like there's a chance they'll forget about it, but like if they like keep checking up on it, it's one of those things like they won't forget and they'll just like make you do that, you know? And that was like a thing we had to do in like third grade where like they gave us this little pie chart type thing. It was like a circle, and then there were like slivers that like you like wrote in the title of the book. It was a really shitty setup, just the way like circles work and the way you divide them. Like it was really fucking dumb. They should have done squares and like did like a graph. That would have been way better. But they did a circle for some reason, and you had to read one book from every genre that was listed. And they had like every fucking genre, and there were a very limited selection of historical fiction books because like who the fuck reads historical fiction? Like that's literally like that's like the dumbest genre in my opinion. But they had like all of the American Girl doll books, and I said fuck it. All they're doing is just giving the dolls a personality, and it's not a doll at that point, it's just a person. So who cares, right? I read so many of those stories, and so many of those like plots are in my mind, not linked to American Girl doll. Like I couldn't tell you like the names of like which like if you pointed at American Girl doll and said which what was her book about, like I wouldn't fucking know. But if you started like reading off the story, I would like recognize it and I'd be like, oh my god, this story that's just in my head is fucking Susan, the American Girl doll who likes to sew buttons onto other dolls. Like I can't like I'm trying to remember one of the stories. But that's the problem is like I don't link the stories to American Girl doll, so like I don't fucking like I wouldn't know, you know? I wouldn't know. There was one where they had like culture day at their school. This girl like brought in something and she got like made fun of, so that she just like stopped talking for like ever. I don't know. It was weird. I don't think that was the plot. I don't think I got that right. But that was like a thing. It was like, oh yeah, it's culture day. We're all gonna bring in something from our culture, and then she did, and then like nobody fucking liked her. I don't know. It's weird. Um, but yeah, I also read Space Toads. That was an adventure. I don't remember it. I remember them being in like a cave at some point. I think the main Space Toad like really liked grapes. Which, by the way, I know flies like eat insects, but like imagine if like you made a cartoon, like a Peppa Pig style cartoon, and you had to like give all the animals like their like favorite foods. As a grown adult, I could not tell you like what certain animals would eat. Like I could take a decent guess, like oh, what would a giraffe eat? Well, they eat leaves, right? They eat like leaves, but like what food? Like what like human food could a giraffe eat and it be normal? Like well, what could I put in like a kid show, like a cartoon? If I was like an executive director for like Nickelodeon, it would probably be Disney Channel. Now that I think about it, or like Nick Jr. I don't know. If I was like a fucking executive producer, like what food would fucking Gary the giraffe eat? Like what would like Fred the frog eat? Because I can't just give him a plate full of fucking flies. Like that's fucking gross. You know, like let's say there was like Sammy the skunk. Like what? I don't even know what skunks eat. Like, for real. Like what? Like what do they eat? I don't know. Um, yeah, there's probably more animals like porcupines. What do porcupines eat? Um, rats. I don't know what rats eat. I think they just eat like fruit and like whatever garbage they find that's like slightly edible. You know what though? How many animals practice cannibalism like unintentionally? You know what I mean? Like, because like humans because like, I know people like they wouldn't eat another person if they just saw like a person. They wouldn't be like oh dinner and like cook up the dead body because we have laws and you have to like report the dead body. But say we're in the wild, like they wouldn't do that. Um, and I assume it's the same with animals. Like they wouldn't like eat a person if they saw someone. But if you gave me like some mystery meat and said here eat it, and then for whatever reason I was in a mood where I'd just do that, and I did, and it was human, like would I like spit it out and be like that's person or like I don't know. I never tried human and I don't plan on it. So what I'm wondering is how many animals that like don't actively practice cannibalism, like how many of them would like eat their own like kinds without knowing and like not spit it out and like recognize it. Which why would they recognize it? Like that's the other thing. Like they either like it or they don't, but they wouldn't like be like, oh, that's me, that's my skin, like that. Like they wouldn't know, would they? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what animals would be eating. Like say an elephant for example. Elephants are herbivores. That doesn't work. The animal also has to be a fucking omnivore or carnivore too. I wonder if a lion would eat another lion. I feel like that happens way more often than you like to think. You know. Um. So yeah, I don't know. I'm fucking tired, but I can't sleep. Like I can't fall asleep. Um. What have I been doing lately? Like the last like 2 days, I've just like completely skipped. Like I just slept through them, and then I'm just like awake at night. I just gotta like do the cleanup work. Like okay, time to check my email. Oh, nobody sent me any emails. Okay, good. Check my cell phone and respond back to people. Oh, no one said anything. Great. Um, that's fun. So yeah, it just be like that. Um, I recently played Portal 2. That was a fun game. I did that. Um, it's a good game. I had a fun time. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really doing much lately. I mean, college is coming up in like 29 days for move-in, and then like another like week or so after that, like literally a week after that, is when classes start. I think, which is cool. It's gonna suck though. I'm gonna have to like figure out where everything is because I made a map that like maps out where everything is where I need to go. But the problem then becomes I have the map on my computer, but that's fucking useless unless I like send it to my phone or like print it. And it's color coded, so I'd have to send it to my phone. But it also like I don't like it's not like labeled with like streets. It's just like has like numbers of like where like shit is. Like oh Schindler Hall is in fucking like it's right next to Circle 121, and like your dorm room is right next to fucking the number 9. Like it's like numbered of like what all the different buildings are, which is cute, I guess. But if I'm like standing in front of the building, like I'm gonna have to like slowly like figure out where shit is and then just like memorize how to get to places. And I have like a week to do that, but let me tell you, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna find somebody else and just follow them, um, and just do what they're doing. But yeah, what pisses me off about the college whole deal is that everyone's like everyone that I know doesn't have any fucking classes until like 10 o'clock, and you know that's cool, whatever. But I have to take fucking chemistry, and I hate chemistry with a passion, by the way, because I'm not good at it, and it's not fun. So you know that's like a double unfun combo, uh, and you know it's also at 8 a.m. And I know they have later courses, but I think they were full. Either that or they just didn't work with my schedule because I did chemistry last just because like I didn't want to do it, and what's it called? It was just like obnoxious, you know, like because you had to do it and another class at the same time, so like it was really like weird to set up. Um, but yeah, so like in theory, I probably could have done it later, but like you know, yeah. Also, I don't even know why I have to like take it now of all times. You know what I mean? Like, I guess to like do like a prerequisite thing for something else, maybe. I don't know, because it's for my major. Like that's the reason I'm taking it. But like, what's it called? I also like I don't have to take that now, do I? Like I can take something else, right? Right? I can take like literally anything else. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't. But I'm not gonna switch out because the guy who set up my schedule told me to do it, and he probably knows what he's doing. So, and I already bought the textbook, so now it's too late. But back before I did, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, I'm signed up for like 8 total classes. It's nuts. That's like one more than I would be at like a regular high school. Now it's college. There's one more class. It's fun. Um, even though technically like half of them aren't even like real classes, like because I'm taking the chemistry, right, like I'm taking like 3 hours or something, and then I have a 2 hour chemistry class, that's only like 1 day a week, and that's like 1 day, and it only has like one like test, I think, like the whole time, so that's fun. um but then I have like geology, like as a course, environmental geology. And then I have another geology course, and then I have another geology course, and only like two of those courses are actually like things. The other one is like nothing, so that's fun. Um, and then I'm taking Japanese 3 days a week. Which, by the way, I have no classes on Saturday and Sunday. I think no one has classes on Saturday and Sunday. I don't think that's a thing. But you never know. I don't. What else? And I'm taking some like stupid like class, like the University 101 requirement, except I'm taking one through the Graduates program. Which, by the way, let me just say, I was signed up for this program, and it's a classic example of me getting into something that's supposedly good without knowing or caring or trying. And apparently they give you, like, as long as you're taking 15 credit hours a year, you get like a book scholarship the next semester or whatever it is, or like 15 credit hours a semester, you get like the next semester you get like a book scholarship, which is nice. That's very cool. Like, I don't know how I got into this program, and their whole mission's like, we're gonna make sure you graduate in 4 years, and it's like, isn't that like everybody's fucking mission? Like, isn't that the whole point? Is like you go to college for 4 years? Like, what dumbass is out here fucking staying any longer than 4 years? You know. And you can't even give me the like money excuse, like, oh well, classes cost money and some people can't afford. And it's like, well, first of all, if you can't afford an extra class, how the fuck are you gonna afford an extra year? Because in addition to, because instead of paying like an extra like $500 for another like 3 hour credit class or whatever or something, you have to pay for the fucking meal plan and for the fucking housing. And guess what, friend? If you're not doing that shit, you're commuting or some shit. First of all, you have to live close by or close enough, because like I'm like in the state, I'm like 4 hours away, so you have to live close enough you can do that. First of all, number two, you still have to like pay for shit. You're still an adult. You know what I mean? Things still cost money. Third of all, student loans. Even if you're fucking like personally, like not you personally, like your parents are rich, so you can't get government official stuff. Get private things. If you personally can't get it because you don't have any credit, then just have some random jabroni off the street cosign. Just fucking hold somebody against their will. Some, accountant named Jim or some CEO named Phyllis. And I love how I picked fucking two characters from The Office that, like, I just read. Like, I said Phyllis, I was like, that's a weird name. Who's named Phyllis? And then my mind jumped to The Office, and I was like, oh wait, Jim and Phyllis, those are Office, like The Office, like the Office characters. Very interesting. Um, so yeah, and if you can't afford that, then guess what, buddy? You're not going to be able to afford year 5, so you're shit out of luck. And you're not even here, so you don't exist. You're a fucking mythical creature. So I think it's dumb. You know what I mean? That's like why am I here? But don't get me wrong, I will take free books. And apparently there's a cookout. There's like two fucking cookouts. First of all, um, there's like one that I think I already missed. I definitely already missed it. But then there's another one that's like during the like school year, like right before classes or some shit. And let me tell you, I didn't go to the first one, and I'm probably not going to. I'm honestly probably gonna like be really like isolated in college, just because like I have anxiety. I don't want to go anywhere. You know, like that's so weird. Is that like because like in like regular like public like regular school, like you get on the bus in the morning. There's nobody there. It's like fucking like 6 a.m. No one's awake. So you're just like out there alone. It's like, okay, it's the same thing as being in my room, except it's just bigger. Right? Then you get on the bus, and I was like one of the first people on, so I just go sit in the back, turn on my music, and just, wait until we pulled up to the school. Fun times, very cool. And then you just follow everybody else. You just go where you're going. This is like you have like a mission. Like you wake up in a room that you share with somebody else. You have to pay extra to get your own room, and even then, it doesn't work like that. You can't just like, here, I'll throw an extra $1,000 and give me another room. Like, there's only so many of those, and they kind of give those out to people that need them, like people with disabilities first. Um, and then you do that, and you go to like the communal bathhouse, and you like shower like right next to someone else who's taking a shower. Like, the fucking one wall separates you. And I like to sing in the shower, dog. I like to enjoy my showers. I like to like pretend like I'm fighting somebody and do like some anime ass shit. Like I have fun in the shower. So this is gonna be a really shitty 4 years of showers. Like this is gonna be like a dark era of showers, unless there's no one else in the bathroom, because apparently I'm the only one that has a fucking 8 a.m. class. So maybe I can have fun in the shower. Unless someone's taking a shit, you never know. You never know. So you go to the fucking communal bathhouse, and then I still don't understand how the whole like getting naked thing works with someone else in the room. How does that work? Like, what do you do for 4 fucking years? Do I have to like wait for like the like to put my clothes in the shower room and like dress in there? Do I have to like kick my roommate out and say sorry? I want to put my clothes on. I'm naked. How does that work? You know, where's like I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but it's just really fucking anxiety inducing, just the whole process. Um, so yeah. So then you somehow get dressed, get all your shit together, you go, and then you're like just fucking like wandering. Like you're not just in like a suburb, but just fucking sitting there. Everyone else is sleeping. Occasionally people get up and go to work. They don't really pay you any attention. They're fucking exhausted and tired. They don't care. You're exhausted and tired. No one cares. But now you gotta like walk to your class. Just like everyone can see you. Someone wakes up like, oh, time for my morning breakfast. Look out the window. Oh, there he is. Because like other people like have similar schedules for the most part. You know, they're like at least awake by the time you're like starting to walk to class. Maybe, I don't know. And you like go to the building and you like specifically that building, like you're there for that class or whatever, like that subsect of classes. And then you go like you just have like an hour or two between classes. Like what the fuck are you supposed to do? Just like hang out at the building? Like I don't know, I only went to the fucking college like for like 2 days. Like I went there once, and it was like a guided like it wasn't like it was for orientation. Like I didn't go for like the guided tours. It was just like you go and it's like, okay, so you're gonna go to this building and that building, you're gonna do this and that, and there wasn't really a whole lot of like free room. There wasn't like, okay, you have an hour, go have fun. Like there wasn't really any of that. It was really like scheduled and guided. Only at the beginning was it kind of unscripted, but even then, like I didn't really have a whole lot of time to do that. You know, like once we did all the things I was supposed to do and got some lunch because we were hungry, it was time for the event and we had to go. We were actually kind of sort of almost late to the event because we were eating lunch. Um, that's okay. Also, let me say, I don't know if I've told this story on my channel in a video. I talk to myself a lot, so who knows. Um, but at orientation, we went to this like diner, right? And it's called a pulley. It's not called the pulley. I think I have told this. Not in the video, but I have told this story to myself before. And it's called like the Pulley Diner or some shit, but that's not its actual name. It's actually called like some other thing. And and there's like a top part, like a one floor, and there's another part on the bottom floor. And it appears to be the exact same thing on both floors. And I didn't like investigate to see if there's any differences. Um, but the name, like the whole Pulley Diner, indicates that they are using a pulley system to transfer something between the two floors. Which it's like, okay, cool, very fun. That's interesting. Um, I didn't fucking see a pulley when I was there. I didn't see shit. You know, maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. I was just kind of. I was really focusing on. At the time, I was kind of dabbling into the whole eating disorder thing, um, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna eat anything. So I had to like figure out like how am I gonna not eat anything and not have anyone notice. And I ended up like just eating that, and like that was it. Um, like that whole day. Which I think I had like a salad later. But anyways, point is, um, I wasn't really paying attention, so maybe there is a pulley. I don't know. But what could they possibly be like pulleying between the two fucking sides? You know what I mean? Like what? Like it's just like what do they need? What they gotta do? What the fuck is going on? Like what? Like why? Like I don't understand the name. Maybe I will eventually. I don't know. Maybe it was founded by Robert M. Pulley. Who knows? I don't. I don't get it. But it's frustrating. So anyways, yeah. So we ate our food and we like sat down and ate food there. It was fun. Good time. Played some Pokemon Go. And we get to the event, and somebody in there fucking stinks. And it's not like oh it smelled like doo doo. Like it was like a food scent. Like they smelled like they like rubbed themselves with some sort of like food. And it was not a good one though. It wasn't a pleasant smell, and I was like very angry the whole time. I was like who did this? And I like to imagine that somebody brought their poorly wrapped food into the fucking room and just left it there. And they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the show because I don't have time to eat lunch." And it's like, why didn't you have time to eat lunch? Like, just, like fuck this stupid presentation. Like, you can be late like I was and nothing happens. Like, who cares? Like, go eat your lunch. Why did you bring it in here? It's fucking like it stinks. It reeks. I was very angry. It was not a fun time. Um, so yeah, I was only there for like 2 days, and I stayed in a dorm with another guy. That was I mean, because that's the thing. It's like, oh, how did you know, get dressed? And it's like, well, I'll tell you how I got dressed. First of all, when I changed into my pajamas, I got there before he did, so I just stood like against the door and changed so he didn't like walk in. Um, and then in the morning time, I took my clothes to the shower room, and I just got dressed in the shower room. But it was like really weird because I had to like carry shit back and forth. Thankfully, my room was across from the bathroom, so it was really easy. Um, and also, that's another thing too. You have to like take your fucking phone with you to be able to like unlock the door. So like, you better hope you're not carrying shit, because otherwise you'll be fucked. Because how are you gonna get your phone out if you got shit in your hands? How are you gonna pull it out of your pocket and have that ready with what hands? Because you're using them. How are you gonna open the door? Huh? It's a mess. It's a mess. I hate it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. That's the type of thing though that I would have fucking known about if I had done a visit and fucking neither of my parents. I one side of the parents didn't want to go. The other side was like, oh yeah, I'll take you, and then it just kind of you know, it's just inconvenient. I didn't want to go like on like an average day. I didn't want to like set up an appointment. I wanted to like sign up for one of those like random ones, and this is like you're never available during those. So like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like I'll just not do that. And then again, like by the time, because I wanted to like the early ones, and I wouldn't have even done that. So who cares? Like they didn't really have events at that point. But then when I started having events, my dad like just wouldn't take me. And that's the other thing. He was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take you before you get accepted," which is dumb because I want to see shit before I even fucking apply. It costs money to apply, and you said you're only gonna pay for 4 of them, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to pay for any other ones. So I want to make sure I'm picking the right ones, asshole. Even then, when I got accepted, I was like, "Okay, I want to visit." And he's like, "No, you don't need to." I'm like, "What? That's not how that works." So, anyways, um, I was talking about something. Oh yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and then but back to the whole graduate thing. Apparently that's like some really like selective program that's like only for Ohio residents, and it's like really like important. And my thing is like I don't understand why I keep getting put into like selective like cool guy things because like I like don't do shit. Like what am I doing that's like getting me this like shit? Like why do they select me? Like there's like a million fucking kids from Ohio that are going into this fucking college. Like, why me out of like everybody? Like what the fuck? You know? Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude. Like shit. Like what's it, student loans. Like my aunt was looking over it, and she's like, "Oh wow, you really filled this out good. How did your mom help you, or did you like do this yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I did it myself." It's like, "Wow, you did a really good job." And it's like, well, like what did like how could I do a bad job? You know what I mean? Like I just like it asked for my information, so I gave them my information, like just my name and address and social security number and shit. And then it's like, you fucking how much money do you want? And I looked at the bill and it's okay, this is how much I owe. Okay, this is how much I want, and they said, okay. Like I don't understand this like culture of like me doing things like that are mediocre, and then people are like, wow, you did a real good job. And it's like, but like how? Like what did I do? Just like in general, like that was like a big theme in school too. Like especially with those fucking dude, those Jeopardy games and shit like Cahoots. Like dude, like I'm just like average. Like as like you know what I mean. Like for who I am, like I'm like I'm what like should be average. You know what I mean? Like I just have like common sense. I think things through, and I just do what's like the good thing to do in like scenarios where it doesn't like hurt to like do the right thing. You know? Like school, because like fuck it, what's the what's the right thing to do? Like what's the right answer? Like I'll pick A because that's correct. But it's like, oh hey, you should start eating healthier and you should sleep at a normal time. It's too much work, But like just picking the right answer, I mean, it's right there in front of me. Why not? This, I mean, ugh, I do stuff. Um, So yeah, but like that's like average. But then it'd be like, oh wow, David's smart. He knows what he's doing. Oh wow, he's like really smart. And let's get him on my team for the Jeopardy. He's gonna answer the questions. And that kind of like dropped off after a while. Like around like sophomore year on, I kind of like stopped being that guy just as. And at that point, I really wasn't that guy because like classes got weird. But like in like just the general like everyone's there classes, like that was me, and I was like, why? Like why can't you just answer the question? It's just like, hey, what's the powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria. Like, why don't you know that? Like they said it in the class. Like, just fucking like what were you doing? You know, like it's one thing. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you get higher up in like level of classes. Like that would happen to, like my CP like bullshit classes, like the language, and I took biology freshman year. Like those are fun. Those are fun classes. Like then when you get into like the AP level shit, and there's like the really smart kids, and like everyone's kind of like that. And then there's the kids that know shit that's like not in class, and they just like know things, and it's like, oh wow, they're the smart kid. But and that's the people that are like, I imagine when I think of in these like programs like doing shit that's like high level. I'm like normal. Like I'm like a mid average level, right? Could I be the super smart guy? Am I capable of that? Yeah, but you have to again. They like go out and do things. They like research things and they like do things on their own. That's fucking boring. I don't want to do that, so I don't. And that's why I'm like comfortable middle level, right? So when people are like, "Oh well, you're so smart," like, no, I'm just average. Like I'm just like I am smart, but I'm not like knowledgeable. So yeah, like I haven't displayed anything. Like I don't know where you're getting this from. Like you're not wrong. It's just like like who told you this? I don't know. Yeah, college is weird. It's gonna be weird. I'm almost done with like doing everything I need to do. I mean, other than just like reading a book that they fucking gave to us. Which, by the way, they gave us this book. It's called like One Size Fits None. It's about regenerative agriculture, and it's how like we're destroying the environment with our shitty farming or whatever, and we need to like not just like do sustainable where we keep what's going on as it is. We need to regenerate because like we're already dead and broken, so we want to get better, not like just stay at this shitty level. Which like I get the message, like I'm sure it's like great, and if I cared about agriculture, I would like care, but I don't. And there's like two sides to the argument among students that I've talked to. there's the people that don't want to read it that say like I'm this major and I don't fucking care about regenerative agriculture. And then there's the other side of it where it's you're getting a liberal arts education or whatever the fuck, and you need to be well rounded. And I'm gonna shut down both arguments and tell you why that you shouldn't have to read this book because fuck, well, obviously for the education you should, but I'm saying like from like a from a personal standpoint, like if you like if the university just suggested like you can read this book if you want to, I'm gonna say why if you don't want to you shouldn't have to, but like since you want the education, since that's what you're fucking going to college for, like you signed up for this and it's been online for like ever, so you should have known. You know that they do this shit. So if you didn't want to do a summer reading about something that's not your major, then you should have fucking thought about that. Um, so now it's on you. So shut up. But like, yeah. So anyways, so the whole like thing about being well rounded, it's like yeah, that's great. But like, there's a difference between being well rounded and just like being forced to do something that you don't care about. You know what I mean? Like like if you actively are like bored, like it doesn't fuck it like it sucks. You know, like it's like I don't give a shit about regenerative agriculture. Then like you don't have like you shouldn't have to fucking read it. You know? Like you should like stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be well rounded, then like think of things that like relate to your field but aren't specific. Like mine's like geology, right? So instead of just doing like geology, I do like the other things. Like I'm taking chemistry. I don't know what the fuck chemistry has to do with geology, but I guess it has something to do with it. So I'll take that, and I'm not interested, but it's related, so I'll do it. But like if you're like a business major or like a fucking like a game design major, like you have zero fucking relation to fucking regenerative agriculture. Like that's like not anywhere near anything you should ever have to think about ever. And then it's like, oh well, it's your environment. It's like, no, not really, because like what fucking like what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? A fucking geologist or for the game designer boys and all that shit. Like what are they like? What are we gonna do about regenerative agriculture versus sustainability versus just running everything into the ground? Like that's not my fucking call. That's for the farmer boys to worry about. Give them this book because that's if that's your argument, then give them that book. You know, and then but then on the other hand, like you, if you're going to college and you're getting an education, you signed up for this college's program, then shut the fuck up about it. You know what I mean? Like it's valid if you don't want to, but like at this point, shut up. Like you're done. Like you should have thought about that. Like I did. I fucking looked up before I signed up for the college. I looked up and I was like, you know, like, is there summer reading? And there was, and I saw that book, and I still went with it, and I complain it's a shitty book in inner circles, but I don't like go out and be like we shouldn't have to read this. I'm like I don't like the book, but I signed up for it, so whatever. You know. Um, so yes, I just have to read that, and then you gotta buy the subscription to the fucking clicker. Which, by the way, I am so fucking mad for the fucking like turning technologies. But I think is the guy, the fucking gay guy, the fucking Alex Turning or whatever that like invented the computer or some shit. I think he's related to this somehow. And that's why I'm mad at him specifically. Because did you know that if you get one of those fucking clicker things for like the classroom, you have to pay money to like use it. Like you have to pay money to own the technology and like have the technology, but in order to like use the like software and like be like use the clicker like in class, you have to buy a subscription to their like turning technology service, so they'll like let you fucking be a clicker boy and like select things and click. And that pisses me off so much. Like so fucking much. Because apparently that's like a there were options for that. You could just buy the clicker or you could buy the clicker and the subscriptions or whatever. I thought the subscription was like a warranty, so I didn't worry about that. I said, fuck it, if it breaks, it breaks. I don't know what to do. I'll use a loaner one or I'll steal one from somebody. I've done that like accidentally. Like if someone leaves something in the lost and founds, and it has a name on it, they just aren't looking for it. Like I'll just white out the name. I'll just take it. I've done that in the past. Um, is it a good thing to do? No, because I could find the person and give it to them because I see their name, but they clearly aren't looking for it, so they don't need it. Well, I've only done it like once, like a calculator, so who cares? Um, but yeah, it's eat or be eaten in this world. It's slurp or be slurped. And unfortunately, that's just how it be. So, you know, yeah. What was I gonna say? 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 Um, so I think it's fucked. Like you buy the fucking clicker. Like okay, I want the clicker. I'm gonna use the clicker. And it's like okay, if you want to use this thing, you have to give us more money. It's like you greedy fucks. Like why? Why can't I just buy the click? Like, and that's the other thing too. Is like why? Like why would I fucking do that? You know, and like I don't even feel like looking into how much it costs. The clicker itself is $50. If this fucking subscription isn't like $5 for like a semester, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna look up right now. I'm gonna look up how much a semester. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. As soon as Chrome fucking boots up and stops being a bitch, hold on. Turning Technologies clicker subscription price. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's see how this goes. Which, by the way, I always say this shit like, one term. $26. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be really, really. I thought it was gonna be another $50, so I'm actually not mad, but it's only worth $5. Digital download, one term, 6 months? So look at that now. That's hold on. This is 7. I had a 6 set. That's 13. That'll go till January. So hold on. So they have to create an account and purchase a subscription in order for things to be tracked and used for. Why? Why? I think that's the dumbest shit. Oh, and if you have a subscription, you use the app. Are you kidding me? So I bought a clicker. I bought a fucking clicker when I could have just bought I could have just bought the subscription and I could have gotten the student app and done the exact same thing. Dude, I hate everything. Like, I'm so mad. If you get a 5-year subscription, so I can just use that for the next 5 years, which I'm not going to. Actually, you know what, though? In all seriousness, that's a decent deal considering. Hold on, if 5 years, that's 5 times 12. That's like 60? Then divided by. That's 10. Yeah, okay. So 10 times how. That's 260? Yeah, $260. If I were to get one for every 5 years. Actually, I'm gonna cut that down. So hold on. Go open a fucking tab. So I use it. Open a tab. So I use the goddamn calculator. 260 minus 26. Oh, you fucking cunt! My head's starting to hurt again because I'm getting angry. 234 minus 26. Okay, so if I were to like buy one each semester, that'd be $208 as like a total. You're right. Hold on. If it's 6 times 2, that's 8 times 4. That's 32. 32 times 26. Timeout. If for 2 semesters, that's 8. times 26. 200. Yeah, I would spend $208, right? If I got one every semester, versus $60 if I had them for the next 5 years. But I don't need a 5-year subscription. But I don't know that. I don't know, because I don't know what classes are gonna need clickers. Like, so far it's just chemistry. But I genuinely don't know. So it's like, do I fucking waste the $60, or do I waste like $100-something? Like, I'm not buying it right now. Obviously, I'm in no state of mind to make a purchase. Um, I'm just talking like like I don't know. Apparently, you do. Okay, so you need to. Yeah, in order to use the app, you need to have mobile polling. So since they require a clicker, okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, so yeah, they need okay. So I did need to buy the clicker. Okay, I mean maybe I didn't. Um, but yeah, I mean, I that's something to think about. I mean, I should like talk to an academic advisor about that and be like, hey, listen, buddy, pal, friend. I could save a lot of money here, but like, am I gonna fucking need that? You know? What the fuck? Am I fucking? I don't know what the fuck just happened. It felt like my phone was across the room. It's not really. Well, it's technically across the room because I'm against one wall, but my room is so fucking small that like across the room is like nothing in terms of width-wise. Lengthwise, it's a pretty decent distance, I guess you could say. This room is small, dude. It sucks. I wish I had more room for activities. I don't know what I'd do, but I wish I had more room. I could just like put things in here. I could keep things in my room. That was what was cool about my old room at my dad's house, was like I had space that I could like keep everything I owned in there. Now I have to keep things in the dungeon where like other people could get into them, and I'm not like constantly watching them at all times. Because I have a lot of shit I'm gonna need to like keep somewhere. I'm tempted to just take everything I own to college, but you have to like move out at the end of the year, so it's like which that fucking sucks. By the way, if I'm like enrolled and I'm going next year, why the fuck do I have to move out? Like, why can't I just keep my room and you just stay there? Like what the fuck? But yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of things, they give you options. Like you have to stay in the dorms your first 2 years. Um, but for the upperclassmen that hang out in the like fraternity house, like that's always an option. But dude, I would never fucking join a fraternity, and I will tell you why. Number one, hazing is like a thing at this specific college I'm going to. Like hazing has been a problem in the past, and I also have like I don't want to like ever like submit to anybody. Like I guess really just guys. You know what I mean? I don't want to like be like a what the fuck do they call a pledge, and like, oh, I'm your fucking leader, and it's like, yes, leader, sir. Like I fucking hate that. Like, dude, if I was in the military, I would get kicked out for like fighting the drill sergeant and probably getting my ass kicked because they're like trained in combat. Um, just because I wouldn't call them sir. You know. Like if I'm in the mood, like I'll call somebody sir if I'm like just being goofy, or like it's like a police officer or something, and I'm like mocking them. But like I really like in general, I really don't do that. It's like fuck it, it's a sign of weakness. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Um, so I don't do it. Um, but yeah, I would hate that. Also, like half of the fucking fraternities at my college are like rape fraternities, and they're all like bad boys. I don't like it. And the ones that aren't are like very specific, and I don't know if there's a fucking geology cool guy video game boys one, which I might not be a gamer. I finally caught gamer's disease, and I'm gonna die. If my gamerdom is gonna die, my gamerness is gonna die off. And I'm just gonna be left with YouTube videos and sadness. Yeah. I'm gonna check Tumblr, see what's up there. It's like 5 a.m. I could get on, but I also, like, I don't want to sleep, you know what I mean? I slept for like 10 hours, I woke up, like, okay, I'm awake now. So yeah, I don't know, I'm getting bored. Jesus Christ, the Tumblr is broken. It's funny, I joined Tumblr like a long time ago, because my friend was like, oh, you should join. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. So I did, and then, there I was, joined, and then I, like, started following people, and now they're, like, active, like, NPCs in my life. That's really weird. It's like a thing, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I will say I need to get this subscription, I need to read the book, I need to get, like, the final hygiene items. I've been kind of putting those off, because those things you can't, like, order online. You need to, like, smell them. You know, like, I need to know what my shampoo and deodorant smell like. I need to know how they feel. I need to open them up in the store. You can't, like, online shop for those things. So, other than that, I mean, I'm basically set. I have clothes and school supplies and all my textbooks. There's a video on my channel on me opening all those for the second time. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm ready. 29 more days. I mean, I still gotta read the book and do some more things. So I'm not ready, like, officially, but I'm ready to fucking go. Boy, I'm tired. I'm just, like, in the dark, like, talking to my computer. This is fucking weird. This is, like, really weird to, like, think about. But yeah, I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. More of that. I don't remember when I started watching it, but I did start watching it. I'm trying to remember, like, when the fuck I started, because, like, I think it was sometime, like, after, like, school let out, I'm pretty sure. I think. And then, like, yeah, because I got through part one, and I got through part two, like, sometime in, like, mid-June. Um, but I kind of put some space between, like, when I, like, finished. Like, I finished part one, I waited a little while, then I went through and watched part two, I waited a little while, I watched part three, and what sucks about part three is there's 2 seasons to that. Like, it's literally, like, fucking Stardust Crusaders is, like, 48 fucking episodes. I'm used to, like, 12 episode animes. So the fact that this is, like, still going as, like, one, like, big long story is, like, insane. Because, like, all the other animes I've watched with, like, multiple seasons, I've put, like, anime breaks between the seasons. This one, I've just been fucking watching. The only other anime that I've went through 48 episodes straight without watching a different anime was Assassination Classroom, and that is literally my number one favorite anime because that shit was good. Like, they really, like, put effort into that. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Other than, like, the JoJo specifically, everything else about the JoJo anime, from what I've seen thus far, has been lackluster for what everyone fucking talks about. I know, like, everyone's like, oh, it doesn't even get good until part three. And it's like, dude, part three has been literally just like my writing style, where you fight, like, one person each, like, chapter or episode or whatever, and you always win by some bullshit. You never, like, actually are, like, put into any danger, you know, and, like, yeah, it just wasn't good. It wasn't fun. And the fucking Darby, like, gambling fucking arcs, dude, I hated that shit so much. I could not stand that. Like, it was like, anytime that there's someone who's, like, you could easily beat them, you're just in a shitty situation. Like with Dan of Steel, Darby, and who the fucking magnet girl? I forgot her name. Like all of them like piss me off so much. Oh my god. Especially Dan of Steel, I want you to know, like with his whole thing of like being mean to JoJo because like he couldn't do anything or else fucking Joestar would die. Like I literally like I have this fucking we have this channel in our in Mongo where we like talk about JoJo and first Azura went through and she did all that talking about it and then now I'm going through and talking about things like as they're happening like as like they're like watching it and I pause it and I go type like oh my god they just pissed in somebody's fucking breathing tube like oh my god like which fucking happened. That was like the most insane shit ever. Oh my god. Um, but anyways, um, the whole time I was like, dude, if fucking Jotaro doesn't shit in this guy's mouth when the episode's over, I'm gonna scream. Like I genuinely hated Dan of Steel so much. Like I literally was like pleading for them to shit for anybody to shit in his mouth. Like literally doo doo in his fucking mouth. 'Cause I hate him. I hate him so much. And at first I was like, okay, well I guess that's like really like intense. Like they wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? But then they started like doing like that type of like toilet humor like nasty shit with the fucking baby stand user, the lally which that was fucking hilarious by the way. I don't know why I really like him like lally it was funny. I like that. But they made him eat his own shit. Like that was like the most and then with the pissing in the breathing tube and then fucking young Polnareff like shitting on the fucking crazy guy and I was like, why the fuck couldn't Jotaro do that? And then the fucking guy like broke the fourth wall, and he's like, oh, that's you know, like a main character would never do that. You're a scummy secondary character. I was like, oh, they just don't want Jotaro specifically to be the one shitting in somebody's mouth. Well, guess what? There were like four other characters that could have shit in Dan of Steel's mouth. So, yeah, fuck you. Okay, somebody could have done it if not Jotaro. Also, the whole Abdul thing is fucking like pissing me off. I'm still in like I'm like at the end of season 2 of part 3. By the way, like I'm like there's like 5 episodes left. I skipped the second Darby part, and I'll tell you why. It was like I skipped like 2 episodes, and I'll tell you why. Because I fucking hated the first Darby arc because it was such bullshit. It was literally like fucking like you think everything's gonna go good and then it doesn't, which is the exact opposite of what the whole show's about, where you think everything's gonna go bad and then it goes good, and like our heroes save themselves somehow. You know, like it went against the whole message of the show that like the fucking party is invincible, and it was just fucking boring. It was like fucking like suspense for no reason. You know, it was like, oh, we're gonna do a game for your soul and gamble, and it's like like fucking like it was what's it called? It was like the only reason they didn't kill him the second time, the second Derby, was because he had like gotten a hold on JoJo's soul or whatever because he like hit him, and it was just fucking stupid. And it's like why? I was so mad. It's like it was just unnecessary. Like why did they have to make a second Darby? Like that's what really gets me. You know what I mean? Like I sat through the first Darby part, like it was dumb, and Polnareff shouldn't have been stupid, but he's always fucking stupid. Like that's just part of his fucking character. He's a dumbass, and and whatever. Like one Darby arc, like okay, they got trapped and now they gotta do whatever. It's fine. Um, but then, like, literally, just like, oh, I'm Darby's younger brother, and I'm like I'm literally him. Like, I'm just another Darby. Like, that pissed me off so much, so much. Like, I was angry. I skipped both of his fucking episodes. I watched the first one, right, and then it just like, because I thought fucking what's his face was gonna win. I thought that was gonna be the whole thing. It's like he's weaker, and Kekuin was gonna like win because he's apparently a good gambler. I don't fucking know. I was just hoping that he would win and they could get it out with. Nope, literally 2.5 fucking episodes of this fucking Darby Part 2, Gamer Darby. It was so fucking boring. And like that type of character, like him, Dan of Steel, Dio in part one, characters that are just like fucking obnoxious for like no reason other than they're assholes. Like I hate that so much. You know, like they're just like douchebags. Like no one can do anything about it because no one's strong enough to like put them in their place. Like it's like the worst character because like they're just an asshole. They're not even like funny. They're just frustrating. Why would anyone actively like choose to be frustrated? You know, like when I watch anime, I watch it for like three reasons. You know, one is when I watch shit like JoJo, where I watch it because like they're like fighter boys, and it's like, yeah, I want to be strong, and I'm gonna use my stand, go Power Rangers, like that type of shit. Like that's cool. And then I watch for like the story, right? Like I want like a good emotional story that I can like get invested in and care about the characters and like cry and like have a good time. And that's the whole point of movies is to like feel emotions and shit. You know. So why not feel some sad ones too? Just balance it out. And then the booby ones, just because I like boobies. So, so there's so there's three reasons, and none of them were to be frustrated. So yeah. So why the fuck would they do that? Like that's just me, but like no one wants to be fucking. No one sits there and they're like, oh, I can't wait to be angry and yelling at the fucking screen. Like fucking shoot him. Like just fucking take his goddamn life. He doesn't deserve to breathe. You know, like it's just annoying. And then yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I should really like get to like finishing that because I'm on like the episode where like Abdul gets literally sent to the Shadow Zone, which the whole fucking Abdul thing I'm convinced is literally just they didn't feel like taking Abdul like they didn't want to get like a bigger car like make sure they can like transport him places because like literally like the next episode they like get in a car and it like can just barely fit the four of them and it's like now imagine if Abdul was there, where would he sit, in the trunk? They don't do that until season two. Like fucking what's it called? Like Abdul's like he isn't fit. He's too big. But like him and fucking like Joestar are fucking huge. Like they're like big boys. Like they're all like huge like tall guys, but like they're ginormous. Like like Abdul and Joestar are just wide too. Like Joestar's nice and tall and like cute. You know what I mean? And like let me. I actually have a picture of all of their frames. Like you look at fucking. I guess as you look at Joestar, he is kind of smaller. It is an angle, I guess. But like Polnareff, Kakyoin, and Jotaro are like fucking like skinny little boys. And then fucking in the actual like anime, like when they do stuff, like they draw Joestar and Abdul as like big like tree trunk boys. Like they're nice and thick. Like they make them wide. Um. So yeah. So imagine fitting Abdul in there. Also, I want to talk about the fucking stowaway kid. Whose decision was it to include them at all as like any sort of fucking character? Um, because they made some missteps. Number one was the shower scene. That was disgusting. Like that kid's like 11. And it was gross. That was vile. Like I genuinely want to like, because that's like a thing. Like when people talk about like Lolitas and shit in like anime and like lolicons or whatever, they're like, oh, they're just small, and it's like they're actually 3,000 years old. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. But like this was literally there's no getting around that. That was just gross. That was disgusting. And then like the sheer number of times they had like naked babies. I'm gonna look up who's in charge of the fucking JoJo season 3. Like who was in charge of JoJo Part 3? It's literally what I'm looking up. I'm gonna find a name of who's responsible for this. I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia. I'm gonna see what's going on. So let me just say, Cujo is an intense fucking name, because isn't that like a Stephen King character or some shit? Or, like a fucking, there was like a movie about that, he's like a dog. Okay, so it was on Tokyo MX, is when that was the network. I'm on season 3, Diamonds Unbreakable, right? No, that's part 4, never mind. Stardust Crusaders that encompasses both. Okay. Oh, because this is like season 2. What? Yeah, season 2 just encompasses all 48. Okay, yeah, because if you go on Hulu, it like says like, like it's one big season, so that's what had me confused. Okay, but like if you go into my anime list, like they separate it by part, I think. Let's see. Production. So it's on this thing called David Production. Which I fucking hate that it's my name. I hate that so much. I'm gonna find out who's responsible. Find out who's responsible, and I'm gonna yell at them. Key people. Taito Okiura, and that's like 2 names. I'm gonna click Taito. Taito. And me. That's a fucking city. God damn it. It's in the Kanto region. Wow. Let's do that. I'll get a name. I'll get a fucking person that I can yell at. Cause it's just nasty. You know what I mean? Like there was no reason for any of that. I don't even give a shit if that was in the manga. I don't care. You didn't have to include it in the anime. Because that's what I watched. And I'm angry. Okay, so that's the president. This is the representative director. I'm gonna look up the president. And I'm gonna like yell at him specifically. So Taito Okiura. Let me find his face. I'm not gonna show you his face because I don't feel like figuring that out in the fucking recording software. But I'll describe it to you. So let's find a picture. Interesting. So I found his face, and he has fucking like a line on his teeth. Is he wearing like braces that are like invisible, and you can just see the wire? He has like a wire on his fucking teeth. I don't know what that's about. But he has eyes like he kind of looks like an Asian Seth MacFarlane. It's the best I can describe it. He's wearing this like really weird like brown plaid like coat, like a pink shirt. Like he's literally like Asian Seth MacFarlane. Who is this guy? Who is this fucking? This dude looks like a fucking degenerate. Oh my god. Anyways, who's this? All kinds of people here. I don't know any of them. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Guy's weird. Fucking guy, you person. What is this? What anime is this? I'm like looking at like Google Images. I see like a devil. It's weird. It's scary. Devilman? Okay. Should have known that. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also all these fucking like weird like vampire like scary animes on Netflix, and they're always like Netflix original. Like I only hear about them on Netflix, and it's like who are you and like what are you doing in my swamp? You know. Speaking of, let me go to my anime list and just like show you like what I'm up to, you know? Because I watched some shit. And I'm gonna talk about all of them because I got time. Yeah, we're like 1 hour and 30 minutes in. I think I'm gonna cut it off close to 20, like to 2 hours. So let's go through this. So currently watching, I have fucking Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, which I'm only watching because I watched Love Live or yeah Love Live School Idol Project. Is that what it is? I always mix that up in Love Stage. So anyways, yeah, Love Live. That was a good one. Um, and my friend's like, oh, because I watched that and I watched Zombieland Saga and my friend Azura was like, oh, you should watch this one. It's really fucking weird and intense. And it's roughly like 12, 13 episodes total, I think. Oh no, it's like no, I think it's like 26 actually. Like for each season, my anime list is wrong. I don't know, and I don't care. And then I'm in the middle of part three, second season for JoJo. And there's this one like old anime called like Onisama E that's like I've been trying to watch it, but I can't like find it anywhere that like isn't like the jankiest, shitty fucking site ever. So I'm working on that. But some like doo-doo anime where it's like this girl like goes to school and she like has like a older brother figure that she talks to, and it's actually like her grandpa. No, I'm kidding. but, but that's the whole plot. It's just like a pen pal, and she calls it like her brother, and it's weird. I don't know. And so that's what I'm watching, quote unquote. Even though I'm only actually watching JoJo right now. Yeah, I'm on like episode 19 out of 24, so I've like 6 left. Because if you count episode 19, then 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20. Oh no, that is that's 6. That's 6. Yeah, yeah. Let's go to my completed and talk about things. I hear noises. I'm scared. So yeah, so we're just gonna go. It goes in alphabetical order. So starting with 91 days. Um, that was a good one. That was 12 episodes. That was a really good one. That was like some guy like he gets his entire fucking family murdered. So he like, and it's during like the 20s. It's like gangsters and like bootleggers and all kinds of cool shit. So it was like a fun anime. Like it was really cool, and the fucking OP was really good. I like that. And it's just this kid that like grows up and then gets revenge on all these fucking like mobsters and shit. And then I think he dies. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna preface this after spoiling that whole thing. The spoiler alerts, which you should still apply from the very beginning. So then the Akagami no Shirayuki Hime. I don't know what that means, but I referred to it as Snow White with the red hair because that's what it said on YouTube. I watched this on YouTube the first season, I think, and then the second season I watched on Hulu because I found out there was a second season because I saw it on Hulu. Because I went on Hulu and I was just looking through the anime like when I first got onto Hulu like the first time, and that starts with an A, the actual like this title. So I was like, wow, meow. So then Assassination Classroom, aka it's Ensatsu Kyushitsu. Um, so that was a long way. That was like 22 episodes for the first season, like 25 for the second. That's like 47, yeah, 47 fucking episodes. But it's easily like my favorite anime ever, just because like everything about it was good. Everything. Like there were no boring arcs. Even though like they needed to study for their finals arc was fucking amazing. So good. Easily like the best anime ever that I've watched so far. Black Lagoon, both of those are fucking good. I will say though, as an anime, Black Lagoon is like a weird plot because it's like literally like this businessman is like held for ransom, and then the guys that are like they're trying to get money from his like boss or whatever. And the boss is like, "Fuck it, those are just office workers. I don't care." And somehow he, out of like everyone else, I think it was like with him and a bunch of people, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. He survived, and he like joins the criminals, and he's like, yeah, I don't like I can't work there anymore because they're, they think I'm dead or whatever, some bullshit. So I guess I'm just gonna work with you guys now, you criminals. And now he's just like a criminal now. I don't know. But I don't think he kills anybody until the second season. Like I think he's just like there, just like literally just dead weight to like the second season when he actually like becomes a murderer. I don't know. It was intense. The second season was weird because he had this like weird like relationship with this like underage like schoolgirl. Like it was weird. He ends up like killing her. I think I don't know. The little snow fairy Sugar, aka this one I can never fucking find its actual like title anywhere. Here it's listed as Shikana Yukitsu Yukitsukai Sugar, and that was a good edit. That was 24 episodes. That was a good one. That was the first ever anime I watched when I was like a kid, and then I just stopped watching anime. But I only watched like one episode because I was looking around in my fucking I hear noises. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm gonna have a panic attack. I'm scared. I heard a noise. I heard talking. I heard like not like talking, but I heard like a little gremlin. Oh my god, guys, I'm fucking terrified. Anyways, but yes, I watched like one episode because like the ATT verse and all the other bullshit like that. Um, they had like the on demand and they had like all the channels. Apparently, there was an anime channel that they just had. They just had like anime, and there was only this one episode of this one show. Um, so I watched it and it was good, and I like went to like try and find it later, and I did, and I found it, and I watched the first episode. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is what I watched, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried like a number of times throughout this anime. I'm about to cry now just thinking about it, and I cry like listening to the OP and the ED. There, it's a good fucking anime. Like it's literally about this girl whose like mom dies and she lives with her grandma, and she finds the snow fairy. Like she has like a pretty normal life. Like she's like a smart girl. She's on time to everything. She's not like a nerd. She's just like fucking like she's just like a good student. She's popular. She has friends. Whatever. Like she's just a good girl in like a small town or whatever. It's a weird fucking town. Like I don't really understand it, but it's kind of like like everybody knows each other. They have little festivals, whatever. I don't know. It's a different culture, so I don't fucking understand. Um, but yeah, so she finds this fucking snow fairy that's just like there, like dying, and she feeds it food and like takes it home and nurses it back to health, and then they become like friends, kind of like they're not like buddies, but like she's like Saga's like elementary school age. Fucking Sugar, the snow fairy, is like a fucking like kid, like a little like almost like a toddler. Like she's fucking retarded. So she like fucks up and like Sugar has to like watch. I mean not Sugar, fucking Saga, the girl has to watch out for her. And like there's kind of like there's the subplot, like the main story is kind of like it's not really a story. It's like the plot is just this is like the first episode, this is what happened, and then from then on it's just like like girl finds a snow fairy and now she lives with the snow fairy and they get into antics. Like it's kind of like it's like a sitcom where there's no like story, but like each episode is like a subplot. But then there can be like bigger like subplots that are like going on throughout like multiple episodes. It's kind of like that where like Sugar has to do this thing called like a sparkle or a twinkle or some shit. Just like figure out what that is, and she has little like weather fairy friends or some shit, and they're also looking for twinkles. And they have like seeds that grow, and they like show their progress, and they're gonna bloom into flowers. And once they find a sparkle or whatever the fuck, they become full-fledged season fairies. That's what they're called, season fairies. And there's like an old man one that I don't know what the fuck he does. And there's like a wind one and a cloud one, and there's like a fire hot one and like a rain. I don't know. They're all different fucking like elements or whatever, like weather things. They're called season fairies. Um, and it's sad because I'm pretty sure Sugar's mom is dead too. Like I think that was like a thing. I don't remember, or either she's dead or she's like a really like high-ranking season fairy. And she's like well known, and Sugar's like a fucking dumbass. So it's like she's trying to like live up to that. But like the fuck, like it's such a good show. Like you actually go through and watch it and like get through the boring. Like the first 8 episodes suck. Like it's just a little kid anime. But after that, it picks up and it gets kind of emotional, and it's pretty intense. Like there's like a scene where like Sugar like writes a note apologizing to Saga for something on Saga's like dead mom's like piano song, and it's like real, like I'm literally like crying thinking about it because like it was like the like most, because like she literally like screams at Sugar and like has a fucking like meltdown, and she's like, get the fuck out of my house, I fucking hate you, you ruined this one fucking thing that I care about. And then like Saga's mom has like a piano that like they had to sell because they couldn't afford to like be alive, I don't know. And they sold it to the piano shop. Like the piano like clerk or whatever like lets her play it, but the owner like doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. And like they sold it to the girl, like this really fucking mean girl that like Saga's always nice to, but like the girl's like really she's like a rich like spoiled asshole, you know. And she's just like, oh look what I got. I got a fucking piano, and like doesn't realize that it's like Saga's mom's. And it's actually really sad. I'm gonna cry because like because she doesn't like know that's what happened. She just knows it got like sold, and they're like trying to find it and like see who has it, and like plead with the person to like let her like see, at least see the piano and like play it whenever. And she like finds out that like this like mean bitch who's so fucking like just such an asshole to her all the time. She's so nice to her, and like she never yells back. She never fights back. She's just like, oh haha, you're so silly. She finds out that she got the piano for her fucking birthday, and and like she like starts like rubbing it in, like, oh, like, I look at this cool piano I got, you could never have a piano like this. And like Saga fucking like literally like starts sobbing, and like the girl like finds out, like, cause like I don't remember if like Saga told her, if one of their friends told her or whatever, like someone fucking tells her like whose piano this is and like what it means to her, and she literally like tries to give it back to Saga, like actually like they sneak it out of her house, and they almost die trying to like get it to fucking Saga's house. Like it was like such a fucking like emotional roller coaster, and like it was just so good. It was so good. Obviously now after like hearing all that, like it's not gonna be as like intense because like as a viewer you don't know that the fucking girl got the piano, because like she doesn't like say at first she got a piano. She's like, I got this big present. My parents had a surprise for me. And your parents like open the door and it's this fucking beautiful white piano, and she's like, wow, look at this. You guys could never afford something like this. Haha, fuck you. And Saga like dies. Like, it was so sad. Oh my god, it was so intense. And yeah, I fucking like it's easily one of my like top 5, top 10 favorite anime, just because like holy shit, it was so well done. Like as a story, as an art style, it was fucking weird. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and it's not like it's not like Assassination Classroom where like it's perfect the whole way through, and I wouldn't change a thing, but like just scenes like that and like parts like that, like fucking they just get me, man. They're so fucking good. So I'm gonna move on here. After all, I'm gonna move on. Let's see, next fucking Dakara Boku wa Hka Dekenai. Anyways, it's the fucking English title, so I can't play H. I'm just gonna start saying the fucking English titles. It's literally this guy that likes tits, and the devil comes and says, you have like 30 days to live unless you help me find this special person who's like super powerful, and there's like a big bad guy they have to fight. It's fucking weird, dude. This is a weird anime. Like it starts out with like the subplot of he's gonna die and he likes boobs, so he's gotta, you know, use his power of like liking tits to fucking save himself. I don't know. It was weird. And the devil also like gets into fights, like a little devil girl that like makes a contract with him. Like, and they fall in love and they like kill some big bad guy and they go to like the devil world and like they merge the two worlds, like fuck everything up. And he has like this sword that's like lodged in his heart, and he, like his soul goes into the fucking afterlife. It's weird, dude. It was a weird anime. I took a break. Like I watched like one episode once, and I waited like 2 years before watching the fucking rest of it, and then I started it again, and then like I waited another like fucking like 3 months before I finished it. Like I got like episode 1, and then I waited. Then I got to episode 7, and I waited again. A little bit shorter, but still I waited, and I finally finished it. And I'm not gonna lie though, like I split it up at like kind of decent parts, I guess. Like after episode, like around episode like 6 or 7 is when it kind of gets like wacko. You know, But yeah. Next up is Date Alive. That was a good one. Date Alive was good. The music was good. The plot was, I mean, again, like this is when I would watch like the ecchi kind of like titty animes, you know. So I can't sit there and be like oh, the plot was weird. It was all about like kissing. Like I was into that. I still am. Like I still like these animes. They're so good. You know that stuff's still hot. It's just I don't just watch that now. I watch other things. Because before I used to like watch television. Right? Like I would if I like anime was I assumed was all like boobies and stuff. So okay, so that's whenever I want to watch boobies, I watch anime. But then I kind of started watching more shit, and I'm like, oh, it's not just boobies. Okay, cool. And then I just kind of replaced other shitty television with this, with shit like JoJo and what other shit, and like fucking Black Lagoon, Assassination Classroom, shit like that. So, anyways, Date Alive. I'm not even gonna go into the plot. It's literally just like there's like two factions. There's the alien girl, and then there's who's like pretending to be her sister, and then there's like the fucking military. The military wants to kill these like girls that are I forgot what the fuck they were called. I'll have to look into it. I don't know. Anyways, they have like a special name or something or whatever, and and then the alien girl and her crew want to like have the protagonist guy like get them to fall in love with him and then kiss them, and then the power is sealed, so they're not a threat anymore. Because supposedly they're like dangerous, like they cause these like space quakes whenever they like show up. So season one was just like that whole thing, and then like kind of intense. Season two was like weird. Like season two was like there was like this whole like fucking subplot where this one girl like enslaves like every fucking man like in the entire like town, and then there was like this like weird like organization that's like trying to kidnap people. Like I didn't understand it. I should really watch season two again and season one just because like fuck it, but like because those were short. Like season two was only 10 episodes. Like it was short, but a lot happened. So then Devil is a part timer. That one's on Netflix. A lot of people have seen that one. From my like personal experience, like talking to other human beings, that's one people recognize. It's on Netflix, and that was good. Like that's like it's not. It was short, so I'm not gonna like. I really try not to put one season short animes into like anime I praise because they're short and they don't have that many arcs. But for what they gave us, it was good. I like thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good anime. Like it was a good time. It was literally just like the devil is like forced out of his home in like Ente Isla or whatever, and I love how I said like or whatever. Like I didn't get it right. Like I fuck it. Like yeah, that's what it's called. It's fucking Ente Isla. Like I got it right. That's what it's called. Fuck you. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know. I do know. He's forced out of his home, and he is on Earth. He has like little to no magical power anymore because he's like because the whole idea of his power is derived from the fact that like people believe in magic, so like no one believes in magic in our world, which is where he like spawned or whatever. So he doesn't have any magic, but he also feeds on negative energy like fucking Rokaku Goji. So um if he like gets to a place where there's enough people being like scared and frightened, like he can take that negative energy and power himself up, which was which was fucking terrifying. Like that it was nuts because whenever he has like negative energy, he turns into like this like literal like goat horn like devil beast monster, and it's scary. Like he was like a he's a cute little anime boy in the fucking like actual like main parts of the show, but like whenever he turns into like his true form, like it's terrifying. It's so scary. But it was a funny anime. It was cute. There were like little scenes, little sections where it's like, haha, Devil Boy has to survive in the real world. Scary. Um, this next one is like again by far one of my favorites. Fucking High School DxD. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. That one's consistently had 12 episode seasons, but guess what? There's four of them, so that's like 48 episodes, right? Yeah. So it's a lot. It's there again with all four seasons. There's like a long plot, but basically, I'll give you the rundown. High school boy Hyoto Issei finds out he has a sacred gear, which is this like gift from God that gives him special powers, and he is reborn as a devil after being killed by a fallen angel. There's three groups: there's fallen angels, there's devils, then there's like God worshippers. I don't know. It's Christians. That's all it is, and and they're kind of like in like a never-ending war. But like some devils will fight other devils, like fallen angels will fight other fallen angels, and they're all like individual like groups, but like two different groups like won't help each other. You know what I mean? Like a devil will fight a devil, but a devil will help a devil, but like a fallen angel won't help a devil. You know what I mean? Usually, keyword usually. Sometimes there's like individuals that'll do shit, but like yeah, like it just in general. Um, so there's like each like season has like a big plot. Like the first season was just kind of him getting used to it, like you say, just like learning things. And then there was like the rating game, which by the way is really fucking cool. Like the chess imagery and shit is just really fucking clever. Like they really did it tastefully. So yeah, they had like three seasons. They had like DxD, and then they had DxD. I think it's DxD, then DxD New, then DxD Born. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. And apparently everyone fucking hated Born because like the last like four episodes like retcon some bullshit that was in the manga, or not they got rid of some shit, and then in season four they retcons what happens because literally like this the company that was like doing it, the production team or whatever, they like were fired because they like went off of the anime, and like the guy who like owned the anime was like, fuck you guys, this sucks. But I didn't watch the manga, so to me it was just like dumb. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, this ended kind of weird, but whatever. You know, not a big deal. Big movies, that's fine. But then they changed it in Hero, and I was upset. And I was like, why did they go back and change it? This is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like there was like an actual like urgency. But I guess now they can like keep it going forever, and again like go off of the manga, which is fine. But like at the time, I was just angry that they like went and redid it because the way they redid the final like thing where they make Issei like calm the fuck down, literally was like at first like, I don't remember how they did it the first time, but I just remember it being like intense. Then the second time they just had fucking Irina show up and play his little booby song that in the fucking let me just say in the like anime the way it works, he hadn't written or sang or produced that song yet. He didn't do that until like later, like after the events where he saves Asya from the Shadow Zone and turns into the Juggernaut Overdrive Big Dragon. You know what I mean? Like he didn't do that yet. So how like it was just goofy. You know what I mean? That's why I was angry with High School DxD Hero. It was just like goofy and like dumb at times compared to the other ones, but like it was still good. I mean, don't get me wrong, like continuing the story, I think it was out of place. Like it was a like the way they changed it was weird. Did I like what the other team did like for their fucking like the ending and shit? And like, do I think they deserve to be like kicked off? Yeah, they weren't doing what they were supposed to. But this new fucking like team is just like you know it's like the art style is different too. Like Issei doesn't look the same, and nobody looks the same. First of all, but like yeah, I guess like they made things like the manga, but like dude, like they were doing so good, they were doing so good, and then they fucked up, and now we have this. And don't get me wrong, like any High School DxD is good because I like the story and I like the plot, and like in general it's not bad. Like it's a good time, but yeah, I don't know. It's still really good. It's still up there, like top 5, top 10. I don't know. High School of the Dead, that one pisses me off because I really enjoyed it. It was a decent anime. It was a nice zombie anime. I don't think I really watched any other zombie anime. We'll find out as I go down here. I think there was another zombie one, but it wasn't like this type of zombie. This was like a zombie movie. The other one was like had a zombie in it. Um, but yeah, this one was literally just like there's a zombie apocalypse, and apparently it's like insinuated that they fucking died. Like they literally like in some OVA shit, like they were like surrounded on an island and killed,
and the reason they did that was because the creator was put on house arrest. And it's like, of all the like reasons to like cancel an anime and not continue it, why house arrest? Like what? Like why can't you just work on it from home? Like did he just like fall into a depression? And was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Wah. Like fuck you. You signed up for this goddamn rodeo. Finish it. I don't know. It was a good anime though. I had fun. Jitsu wa Watashi wa. That a lot of the anime I have either found, like a lot of the early anime, like shit like High School DxD and some other things, I like were shown by other people. Like the first like 5 to 10 anime I watched, I was shown by like other, like friends and stuff. Mainly my friend Cindy. Um, but fucking Jitsu wa Watashi wa was the first one that I like sought out on my own. Like I was looking for like I was really looking for anime like High School DxD or some shit. Or no, not like High School DxD. It was Rosario Vampire, I think. Yeah, I was looking for something like Rosario Vampire, and I came across this. Which I'll get to Rosario Vampire. But yeah, Jitsu, that was a good one. That was a good. Her dad was like this big fucking like giant man, like the green girl. Because basically it was this guy who goes to school, normal dude, and he meets this girl and he falls in love with her. They start dating. I don't know, and she's like a vampire. And then this blue girl who's like a class like president or whatever. I don't know. She is an alien. She's actually like 3 inches tall and she's like piloting this like robot body. Um, and then there's like the guy's childhood friend who's like a complete asshole. First of all, total bitch. She's not even like an alien. I don't think she's just a cunt. Like that's her character quirk. Like oh, I'm a vampire. I'm an alien that's actually 3 inches tall. I'm a bitch. Like she was at like literally because she like ran some like newspaper article or whatever, and she was trying to like fuck with the guy. I don't know. It was weird. I hated her. And then there was like a werewolf or something. And this one was where like the guy had like friends, because like it's like rare for what I've seen for like main characters in these like booby animes, like harem animes, to like have actual friends. The only one that I have seen so far that I've gone over is fucking DxD, where he has like those two fucking weirdo friends. But in this one, they're like normal, like they're all like normal guys. But yeah, it was weird. Like it was so surreal for him to have like people to like talk to and to like give exposition into like how he's feeling and shit. You know, like fucking dialogue. Like, that was weird. You know, because normally it's like just the guy like talking to himself, like what am I gonna do? I have to win the fight against the big boy Central, and I don't think I can do that on my own. You know, it's just him awkwardly talking to himself. And this was like, hey guys, I'm really nervous. I have to go fight Big Boy Central. You know, and it's like, oh, well, you know, you have your firepower. Remember? Oh yeah, I do. Like, it was fucking, you know, like it shit made sense. And there's JoJo. I already talked about JoJo. Um, so yeah, so they did count. Yeah, they did count the first season as one season, even though it was 2 parts. And then, for some reason on here, they didn't do that for part 3, where it was like technically in wherever I've seen it, it always says it's one season, but I guess it's not. K Project. Oh my god, K Project was such a good fucking anime. The story was pretty basic. It was just like there's all these different factions and they're fighting, but they did have some like World War II imagery and shit, and like not like Nazis, but I think there was like a German guy, like he was supposed to be like a Nazi scientist, but like it wasn't like fucking swastikas and shit. Like, it wasn't that. It was like during World War II, this German scientist created the Sword of Damocles or whatever the fuck, and like it gave people power to like become kings and like join different factions. And there's like the Green Clan and the Red Clan and the Blue Clan and all this shit. I think there were like 7 total. And the whole story is like this guy gets like killed, and this other guy named Shiro, which literally just means white. His name is White. Um, Even though he's the Silver King. It's funny. Because there's red, blue, green, silver, gold, and that's all I know. I don't know what other colors. There's supposedly 7. There's 7 kings, and there's 2 that are just missing. So that's fun. I would assume it's like orange, then purple, maybe. I don't know. Um, so so yeah, so he's like pinned as like a murderer, like he's framed, and the whole anime is him trying to clear his name, and like at the same time, like the Red Clan, and the Blue Clan are like fighting, and like Shiro's trying to like stop them and like clear his name too, and he doesn't have a memory, like he doesn't remember anything. He just thinks he's like a student at this school, even though he's like not. He like showed up there one day, and like everyone like remembers him being there forever, but he like wasn't. Like he somehow, even in his memory, like made it seem like that. Like he accidentally tricked everyone, including himself. It was weird. And then the second season was just like the Green Clan shows up and they're just causing problems. Then all the clans work together to kill him, to kill the Green King, and that was fun. It was a good, like the reason I like is just the art style and the music. The music is so good, like so good. Oh my god. Also, his cat can turn into a human. I didn't really understand that. It's just like a thing. Like she just became a character. It's like, oh hi, my name's Neko, which means cat, I think. I'm a cat and a human at the same time, and I have powers. And it's like, wow, really? Why? There's also this assassin named the Black Dog. What's funny, he has a dog and a cat. It's funny, haha. And he's trying to kill Shiro up until like the end of the fucking first season, when he like becomes his buddy. I don't know. Kaijo. Oh my god, that was another booby anime that I found myself. Um, that was a good anime, and I'll tell you why it was a good one. Not just because of the boobies, but because I'm gonna be real with you. It was unique. It was like a I've never watched like a sports anime before, and I know they're out there, but this one was like good. It was a good anime, and I'll tell you why. Because like fucking the story is like this girl like goes to the like Kaijo school, the academy, and she like has a friend, and then she like makes two other friends like her bunk mates or whatever, and they're like buddies, and she's like she thinks she's like this like super cool like powerful like Kaijo goddess or whatever, um, and then she like does some like booty spin move that like almost breaks her fucking back, and she gets like yelled at. They're like, if you do that move again, we will kill you. Um, and we find out that this like really like fucking like huge teacher that they refer to her as a seal, um, because she's fucking huge, and whatever. Um, she's like, I used to be a cute skinny girl like you, and I was a Kaijo star, and I did the booty bounce move, and I died. And now look at me, my back is broken, and I'm hideous. And I mean, she was like she looked ugly anyways. You know what I mean? So like, I can't imagine she was a good Kaijo star. Um, but yeah, so she's like, now if you want to do this, you're gonna do it right, not like I did. And you're gonna wear this like skin tight fucking suit, which like okay, that's convenience for the fucking booby anime, but whatever. She wore that and she couldn't fucking move because she was fighting against it, so she like relaxed and like moved with it. I don't know. It was fucking dumb, but she figured out how to use it. She booty bounced all over the place. Then for the final fight against the like big girls in another school, and there was some like split personality shit with like the other team captain. It was fucking weird. Like it was nuts. Also, there was another like huge fucking like girl that was like fucking giant, and what's it called? She had this attack called butt attack on Titan, like butt like attack on Titan, but like with her ass. Because I don't know if you've ever watched Kaijo, but the rules are in like the game. The game itself is called Kaijo. It's literally you can only use your tits and your ass to like fight the opponent, and like if you touch the ground or the water with anything but your tits and ass, you die. So if you like go to fall and you go to break your fall with your hands, you lose. If you fall on your tits and bounce up, I think you're fine. I don't remember. It's been like literally like over 2 years since I watched this. Um, so I don't remember the exact rules, but I know that was like you hit him with your tits and you win. Um, so that's fun. But anyways, yeah, the girl that had this like crazy fucking attack, the fucking the team captain of her team like killed her, like threw her in the fucking water because she wanted to be the one to defeat the main person or whatever, the fucking like main girl, which by the way was fucking stupid. Okay, I get it. It's an anime. The main character's supposed to win, but like you really couldn't let her deal with the problem on her own. Like you really couldn't do that. You couldn't make that a little like half an episode thing, like her trying to fight this fucking monster. Really, it's weak. It's fucking stupid. Scared, aren't you? Um, Koriwa Zombie Desuka. I don't even remember the English name. I think it's like, is this a zombie? Yeah, it's fucking zombie, asshole. Anyways, about this guy who like gets killed by a serial killer who ends up being this girl that likes him. I don't know. It's weird. Gets resurrected by a necromancer who doesn't talk because if she talks, not only does it hurt her, but whatever she says happens. So if she says like, I now have $1 million. Like she has $1 million, but like also if she says like I hate you, die, like the person will die. Like it's really bad. Anyway, so this guy's just like a zombie, so he has to like live a normal life as a zombie, but he also like finds this girl who's like a magical girl or whatever. And he like accidentally steals her powers, so he becomes a magical girl. Like that's the whole thing. Is that like he's like the whole like actual plot is that like he's become this magical girl zombie boy, so he has to like fight as a zombie girl boy. I don't know. It was fucking weird. So there was that. Um, I'm trying to remember like the plot. I think it was like just beating this like serial killer girl. Like I don't remember what happens. He ends up meeting some vampire, and like they have like their buddies. They all live in like his house. Like everybody lives in his house. Like everyone's a dick to him. But he's also like really fucking like gross. Like he like wants to fuck all of them, like especially the necromancer. And it's just weird. Like it's just a weird. I mean, it was fun. It was a good anime. Don't get me wrong. But like if you really sit and think about it, like it was weird. Um, Log Horizon. I've only seen the first season of that, but I've been needing to get to the second one. But I just don't want to watch it. I'm really putting it off because it's long and like like I can't imagine what they're gonna do in the second season other than just continue the story. You know what I mean, like in every other anime, there's like this big long goal. In Log Horizon, it's like their goal is to like get out of the video game, but like there's also like events going on in the video game, like shit's happening. Like they can't just like they can't all just be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna like stop playing game and then just like like do stuff because like things happen, like the computer's still setting it up, like it's weird. I don't know. um but yeah, the whole story is they get stuck in a video game, they have to try and escape and survive too. Apparently if you die, like nothing happens, you just like go back to the like respawn point. um so yeah, I don't know if you like lose levels, or I don't think you lose levels or items. I think like literally you just go back to a respawn point, that's it. But nobody wanted to test it out for like the longest time. Like no one, I guess no one was dying. Everyone was just being really fucking careful, and because they didn't know what happened. They didn't know if like, you died or what. And plus, who would want to like go through the pain of dying and then like, it's two options. You wake up and it's like, wow, I went through that, and now we know we can die, or you die. But I'm pretty sure they just respawn. Love Live School Idol Project. That was a good one. Um, There is. I only watched the first and second season. I know there's like Love Live School Project Sunrise, and I'm pretty sure that's in my plan to watch. I genuinely don't remember. I'll look at that later, like just to look. Um, but that was a good anime. I'm not really gonna talk about that one. That's a popular one. Love Stage. That's like for there was like I watched some of the gay animes just because they have a good plot. You know what I mean? Like they're good. Um, And also because some of them I was just like told to watch them, Like I don't really know what I'm getting into. I just hear a name like, oh, Love Stage. That sounds fun. They're lovers on a fucking stage. Great. Um, like a lot of these animes, like I genuinely don't remember how I found them or why I watched them. So I just assume I was told to watch them by friends, um, or by like the internet. So yeah, Love Stage was good. It's literally just this like rich kid that like falls in love with another rich kid, and they're both dudes, and like they don't really like the one guy he because he has to dress up as a girl for some like commercial or whatever. He's like really shy and he doesn't want to do it, but he like ends up doing it, and he like falls in love with the guy, and the guy thinks he's a girl, But then he finds out he isn't, and then I guess neither of them care, and they like fuck. Like that's literally the end is just them fucking. Like that's the end. Um, so yeah. Madoka Magica. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good anime. I mean, the music is good. The fucking like imagery and like the art style and shit. Like it's so like scary and like abstract and fun. That was such a good anime. There were movies, and I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I like had the option to watch the movies at some point, but I never got around to it. And I'll tell you why. Um, I never actually like I didn't go and like watch. I think I tried to watch one of them once, and I'm pretty sure they're literally just like the anime broke up into like you know like parts. Like oh here's like 2 hours worth of the anime, and here's another 2 hours worth, and there's like the whole thing. You can watch it as a movie. You know, but Madoka Magica is good. It's literally just this girl that like goes to fucking school and oh wait no there's like a cat that like you become like a witch hunter or some shit in exchange for like one wish, like you get one thing, and the idea is the witches don't ever go away or whatever, like the evil witches don't ever go away, so you have to like just keep fighting them until you die, and then like tricking other little girls into like becoming these like witch hunters, and but like in exchange you get one wish. So like um there's this one girl who's like a real bitch, but she's like one of the like witch hunters or whatever. um she's like been trying to like use her wish to like so she's been like going back in time and like fixing things, and she's been trying to like keep Madoka Magica, a little girl, I think her name's Madoka, alive or some shit. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and I watched a lot of these, so I don't remember exactly the plot. But like she was trying to like go back and like save her somehow, but like every fucking time she did it, no matter what, the timeline would like get her killed. So Madoka like eventually found out about this, I guess. I don't know. And she like decided to like use her wish in that timeline to fucking she got rid like at first she wanted to just get rid of the witches. Like that was her plan. Like, oh I'll just wish for the witches to be gone, and then I can be a magical girl, we can all be magical girls and just have these magical girl powers, and and that's it. We don't have to fight wishes, we don't have to fight the witches. Um and they have like eggs too, like if you like kill them in time you collect their eggs, and like I don't remember what the eggs are for. I think you get like another wish or some stupid shit, or like you just get like a get like points. You level up as like a magical girl. I don't know. It was dumb, but she ends up using her wish to like get rid of the witches. Right? You think, oh, perfect. But then the cat's like, oh no, it doesn't work like that. Something else was replace the witches. So Madoka decided that she was gonna like wish that the witches would like be in like one spot where like she would always fight them. So like I think she wished to become like God or something, so that like she could like have the power to like never die and always fight the witches, so that like no one ever had to worry about that. Because that it always happened whenever, no matter what happened, like this one witch would like get like super powerful and like really threaten everybody, and like everyone would be in super big danger. And Madoka would always die, and that was like what the bitch girl who actually ended up being nice, but she had to pretend like she was a bitch because she was trying to like hide who she was or whatever. So she wanted to keep Madoka away from her, so she's just being a bitch to keep her away. Um, no matter what, like she did, like the fucking Madoka would always die. So Madoka did what she did, and then you know, and that was that. And then there was like peace again, and everything was normal. And Madoka literally sacrificed her like entire self to. She didn't even get a witch out of it. She didn't even get anything. Um, to fucking like save everybody forever. Um, and like the last scene is actually really sad because like the bitch girl who's actually nice is like she's like walking and she sees Madoka's little brother, and he's like playing, and he like has like a toy like named it Madoka or some shit, and and the parents like, wow, that's really creepy because if we had a little girl we would have named it Madoka, um or some shit. So like that's kind of weird. Why do you pick that name of all the weird fucking names out there? It's creepy. And then yeah, I don't know. It was just like if you watch the scene, it's just like intense. Um, Yeah, I definitely recommend it though. The opening's kind of good too. It was good. Um, Mirai Nikki. Oh, Future Diary. Dude, that one was fucking dope. Dude, that was sick. I love how I've gone through like 30 anime so far, and I've watched like almost 50. Um, Mirai Nikki is literally just the Hunger Games, right? But like with like future diaries, like their cell phones all tell them a different type of future. And let me just say, first of all, the main character his like tells him what's gonna happen like vaguely like around him, based off of like knowledge he like it gets inputted. Um, and then his like little girlfriend crush thing, or I think the girl was like stalking him, and like she really liked him, and he was just kind of like, whatever, if you like me, you can keep me alive, and you do all the fighting. The guy was a real bitch, and hers told her everything about him. So it was like literally like the perfect like combo where like he knew everything else, and she knew specifically what's gonna happen to him. Um, And if they got the dead end, that mean they were gonna die unless they like did something. I think I don't know. I think dead end just like killed them like entirely. I genuinely don't remember. Like I said, this was like 2016. This was literally like 3 years ago. Like actually 3 years ago. I watched it in the summertime. This was the first anime that I started watching like when I started getting into it. This was a while ago. But yeah, it was fun. Monster Musume literally just guy takes in these monster girls and he lives with them and he's not allowed to touch any of them. They all want to fuck him and he can't do that. It's not allowed. Not allowed at all. Those are the rules. I don't make them, I just enforce them. Not letting me fucking scroll, dude. I'm gonna scream. There we go. So yeah, that's literally the plot. He's allowed to pick one, I think, because they're doing some like thing where it's like we're doing an experiment to see how human and monster girl relations work. So you can pick one. And at first he had one, like he just picked one up, and that was like gonna be his, and that was like the one he was watching out for, and yeah. But then like he slowly got more, and it was like, oh, fun. And yeah, it was pretty cool though. It was a good anime. To Love Ru. This one, for whatever reason, the fucking motto To Love Ru is like, um, yeah, basically it's literally just this kid. This is another one of my favorites, by the way. It's literally just this kid is like in the bath and a girl, like an alien girl, like teleports into his bath and he like has his hands out for some reason and he touches her tits, and for whatever reason that's the alien marriage ritual, and they are now destined to get married. So and he doesn't want to marry her, by the way. Like he's like really like he's basically like asexual almost. Like not really though. He wants to like there's a girl he likes and he wants to like be with her, but like he's really like shy about like sex stuff. Like he's really not into it, and he's getting put into like these like sexual situations, and he's like just really unlucky. Like I mean lucky, but like unlucky because it's not appropriate. And and yeah, I mean that's just the whole anime. It's just him and his girl. He like has to no ifs or buts about it, and then eventually like they're like scheduled to get married, but like they don't. I genuinely don't remember how the first season ends, but then the next season, like Mado to Ru, and then to Ru Darkness and Darkness Second. I have the DVD for Darkness Second, by the way, and I've been meaning to watch the like secret 2 episodes you can only fucking find in the DVD, but are like part of the plot apparently. I found one of them, but the second one I've never been able to find until now, which I haven't gotten around to watching it. What was I gonna say? Um, yeah, and the rest of it's just kind of them going about their lives, people showing up, bad guys showing up, them fighting the bad guys, doing shit, etc. Seven Deadly Sins, that's another popular one. That's an anime. It's literally just these knights that are quote unquote bad guys, but they're actually good guys, and they were framed, blah blah. Big long anime. There's literally like 48 episodes and a movie. The movie was really good. I enjoyed the movie. Good anime. That's another one of my top like tens. I really like that one. It's a fun anime. One Punch Man. I've been meaning to watch the second season, but I can't find it anywhere. Um, so I'll find it one of these days. Um, I can't remember if I watched that one on sub or dub. I think I watched it in sub. Because some of these I watch like only in sub. Some of them I watch only in dub. I'm trying to think like I don't know. I'll pick out one that I watched in dub only, which I think is literally the next one. Yeah. Um, One Punch Man is just a guy that kills everything in one punch. That's it. That's the show. He kills things in one punch. Um, that was good. I really enjoyed it. I really had fun with that anime. I like watching it. Or on High School Host Club. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've watched this one at least 3 times, and I only watch it in dub because I fucking hate the what's it called? The sub voices. The dub voices are good. They work. There's some anime where like in my opinion, Attack on Titan, it's really shitty in sub. I fucking hated it. I had to watch it once in sub because I wanted to watch season 2, and the dub for whatever reason on Hulu just like wasn't there, and I was angry. I was mad. I didn't like it at all. Like, it was not fun. Not a good time. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure like I was watching it in sub at one point too. Because when I started, I'm pretty sure I started in so I want to watch this in the dub, so I did, and yeah, it was a good one. That was another one too that I like sought out on my own, and yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about Round High School Host. I'll get back to that. I'm gonna talk about Attack on Titan. You know the fucking plot if you know anything. I literally like I have a poster. I have 2 shirts. I have the key necklace. I don't know where the little like rope necklace part of it went. I need to get a new one. But I still have the key. I'm gonna be honest. I bought it for like less than $1, so like it's really shitty quality, and it's like the gold paint shit that's like covering the brass fucking key or whatever is like rubbing off, and it's shitty. But like the engraved like writing is still on there, and it's still cool, and I still like it as a necklace. I need to get a new fucking chain for it. But yeah, but it's really fucking. I really liked it. It was a good anime. I've only watched the first 2 seasons. I need to get around to watching the third one. Which, by the way, let me just say, like the first one had like what this is 25 episodes, and then the other one, yeah, they had like 12. That kind of irked me. You know what I mean? That irked a lot of people too. They're like, "Oh, why is it so short?" And it's like, "Well, fuck you." You know what I mean? That's why. They made it like the season 2 though. They waited a long time. Then they just came out with season 3 out of nowhere, and it's like, what? Why didn't you just like it came out like so soon after? Like, why didn't you just make that one long season? Like, why? Anyways, back to Oran High School Host Club. That like I like I don't want to put it in my top 10 because like I have a lot in there, but like it's a really like rewatchable anime. I really enjoy it. The problem is it's long. It's 26 episodes, and different arcs are better than other arcs. I'll say it. I mean, certain parts I really like, certain parts I don't. I like the vacation parts. When they're in school, it's like really boring, and they're in the host room, and it's like, oh wow, conflict. Like, I don't care. I like it when they go venture places and do stuff. Like that's when it's fun. When they're in situations, you know what I mean? Like they go do things or in places. That was fun. Rosario Vampire, dude, that was a good one. That was another booby anime, but I really like that one. That was a good as an anime. Like the first season was one thing, the second season was like a completely different thing. With like there's like the girl's like sister and she's a vampire, and then there was the guy. There was like the fucking the bat turned into a guy. That was weird. That whole episode was cool though. Yeah, I mean, just that whole fucking thing, like the whole shit was like really cool. I really liked that show. And then like the guy got like part of the powers, and then like Mocha-san like became her like fucking vampire form like full time, and no one was happy about that. I mean, literally no one. Um, but yeah, it was a good show. Um, what's it called? Fucking Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. That's another one of the gay ones, but like I don't even remember why I watched that one. Like I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I like it wasn't even really good. It was just like a fucking like anime. Like it was just like a show. Like I didn't like it. Like it wasn't good. It wasn't bad either. Like it was just there. But it was only 12 episodes, so it wasn't that bad. But like there wasn't like a coherent like plot. Like at first it was like, oh yeah, there's this guy that was like he was like a writer or something or whatever, and he like was working for his dad, and then he wanted to make his own legacy. He didn't want it to seem like he only got famous because of his dad, but like clearly that wasn't the case. Nobody thought that, but like he was just really insecure or whatever. So he went out and like worked for this guy, and this guy happened to be this guy that he used to date or whatever. It was fucking weird. Like it was, but then like it changed, and they would like follow like other people's plot lines. Okay, I keep hearing noises. And now I like hear shit. I'm fucking scared, dude. I'm like every once in a while some scary shit will happen. I'll get scared. Also, Jesus Christ, how long have I been recording? 2 hours and 30. Hours. Jesus. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna go fast. Your Lie in April, really fucking good, great music. I cried a bunch of times. Shimineta, my one friend that I haven't talked to in years, I actually yelled at the last time I talked to them over text because they're being really edgy and obnoxious, and that's kind of like their whole deal. But I just kind of let it go because like whatever usually. But like it got to a point where I was just like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Um, it's all about like sex and pervertedness, and it's really fucking dumb. I was into that when I was like 15. Great fun. But I haven't really thought. I always forget that I watched that one. Oh, cool. All that's left is Zombieland Saga. That's number 49 that I've watched. Um, so I've almost watched 50. Zombieland Saga. That was a really fucking good one. That was another zombie one where the zombie's the character and not the villain. Um, I'm gonna admit that was a really funny one. The Zombieland Saga. I really liked that one. My friend showed it to me, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And it was a good time. This is when she was getting into the idol animes, and I was like, oh fuck it, whatever. I'll watch a bunch of. Oh shit, there's a notification in the Discord, and I think it's here. Oh, it's an alternate reality theories. Um. So yes, that's all the anime that I've watched. Let me just type here. So yes, that's all that. It's like 6:24 a.m. and my buddy Azura's up. So yeah, is there anything I should be like doing right now? Should I be like up to something? Like I'm trying to like what the fuck? Like, I want to check my fucking school email. I doubt they're sending anything at 6:25 a.m. But we'll see. Na na na, gonna have a doo doo. Um, yeah, I think I covered everything that's like been going on that I've been meaning to talk about. Um, I mean that's kind of it. Isn't maybe in the next podcast I'll tell you about when I went to orientation, like the whole story. Because I've told that one out loud a couple times. Yeah, okay, there's nothing in my fucking email. Um, so yeah, I mean that's it. Next podcast I'll tell that story and whatever else has happened. Uh, so yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the Blood Cosby podcast episode number 4, go ahead and smash the like button. So this is a real long one. They're getting kind of long, but that's okay. That's the point. They're supposed to be really long. Where I recap things that are happening. I talk about things. I just put everything out there and have fun with it. Um, Probably gonna go to the bathroom and then try and sleep at some point. I should do that. So yeah, see you later. Goodbye.